to find our courage, time to be deployed. Make our only stand here, make our roads complete. All we waited for now, past and future meet. Get your weapons ready, kiss loved ones goodbye. Now our time is coming, and it is not the time to cry. Fight the war. Fight the war. Fight the war. Oh, here's why we're fighting. It's about the fight. Let the writers writing settle wrong from right. In the time of conflict, when the bullets fly, in the space of seconds, a life you cannot buy. Face the facts before you, face the simple truth. We're hopelessly outnumbered, it's tragic but it's true. Make your last formation, take the final road. Now it's time for endings, now it's time to go. Fight the war. Oh, fight the war. Fight the war. Souls in the rooms, a rubble in the streets, corpses near the buildings, all is light and heat. Time to take a stand, boys, time to make a choice, time to find our courage, time to be deployed. Make our only stand here, make our roads complete. All we waited for now, past and future meet. Get your weapons ready, kiss the ones goodbye. Now our time is coming, and it is not the time to cry. Fight the war. Oh, fight the war. Fight the war.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm fighting the war because it's Talisman on the time. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right. That sound you hear in the background, of course, everybody, is my wonderful daughter, Sunavine, who has joined us because it's summertime, and we are leaving on a jet plane tomorrow, although we do know when we'll be back again, unlike what the song says. But I wanted to give her a chance to kind of hang out with us a little bit tonight as we watch the final of the Talisman tournament to determine who is the Arvisman, the greatest Talisman player on the planet Earth. And I want to point out that this has been officially described as this, in case you were wondering. The winner of this tournament is the greatest Talisman player on the planet Earth. And I think you have the right to be able to walk into stores and tell people that, if you have people who come over and are just like, hey, what's up? And you're like, hey, did I tell you that I am the greatest Talisman player on the planet Earth? This is, of course, I should say second to me because, of course, I've won the tournament twice. But let's just say you are the greatest player besides me. So this is great at parties. This is the kind of thing that if you're in the Department of Motor Vehicles and you're trying to get your driver's license and the customer service person is giving you some problems, you can just be like, listen, I just want to be clear here that that I am the greatest Talisman player in the world. And they'll be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I didn't realize. Here's your license right away." So, so there's lots of positive things that you can get out of this. But I hope everyone is doing well out there. It is July. July. It's not that far. It's June 23rd. It's about 8:25 p.m. And this is indeed the final of the Talisman tournament between, of course, A Little Muffin, Brahms, and Shadowed Mage, the three finalists for the Talisman tournament. And that's happening tonight. So it should be a good time. It's not an early flight. No, it is a flight tomorrow, I think about 2 o'clock. So it's not too bad. But still, you know, we're going to be gone for almost a month between, we're going out to Seattle for about 3 weeks or so. And then we're going to be flying from there back into Boston because I have a conference, ReaderCon in Boston that I do every year. So I will be doing that. That's going to be fun. And then after that, we will be up there for a few days longer and then drive back. So we should be back in maybe like the third week of July. We'll be back in this area. And then we'll be here for a few weeks. And then we'll be going to Gen Con in August, which is going to be a great time. We'll be driving there. But it's going to be a good time. So we will see how this all goes. Before we get there, though, I do want to remind everybody how to support the stream if you have not already done so. Please type in !CTT to retweet the stream. !ARVTube will get you to my YouTube channel where you can check out past broadcasts of the stream. !Steam Group will allow you to hang out with the Arvanauts in between streams. Also !Discord, where we're going to be conducting our little voice chat here in just a minute. I'll be heading over there. So Discord has been hopping, so please make sure you go over there and check that out. And of course, last but certainly not least, !ArvTreon. We are sitting at 453.04. I have some ideas that I've been suggesting to some folks on the Patreon part of the Discord, but I also put it out to the sort of general group because I would like to know other things that would be positives, that would be good incentives for people to get involved in the Patreon. The Patreon is what makes it possible for me to do a lot of the cool stuff that we're able to do on this channel, including this very tournament. And I'd love to be able to make sure that I could do more voiceover sessions, to be able to do more sessions, sessions with the Fighting Fantasy Gamebook live illustrations with Terry Tunes and all that kind of good stuff. And so the Patreon makes that possible. So if you haven't already done so, that is my subsystem. A lot of cool stuff for you, a lot of cool stuff for the channel, so please check that out if you possibly can. Now, by way of scheduling, tonight, as you know, as I said, the Talisman final. Tomorrow, in all likelihood, there will be no stream tomorrow because I will be in the air. I'll be traveling. It's possible I might get a stream in after I land, but I'm just not going to promise anything because I think the chances are I'm going to be tired. Also, internet access at my father-in-law's is shaky. I'm not going to be at my father-in-law's for the whole trip, but that part of it is going to be not so good, so we will see how that goes. I have, however, gotten everything ready with ArvBox, and all stuff is transferred over and ready to go so that I will be able to do streams on the road, and I'm looking forward to doing that. In fact, I'm going to be doing a Dungeons & Dragons stream on the road. I'm going to be doing a Fighting Fantasy Gamebook stream on the road. I'm going to be doing, if all goes well, a stream of Lionheart on the road. I've got It'll Do with me. I've got a few other things on the road with me as well, including Lunar Silver Star Story even. So I've got different things. I will be doing streams on the road, including some creative streams. So fear not, I will be around with the power of ArvBox and ArvTop. But just schedule-wise, it's going to be a little shaky over the next few days as I kind of settle in over into West Coast time. I'm going to make sure when I get over there, obviously this week, as I said, Lionheart should be pretty well set, I think, on Tuesday, followed by Torment with Pen and Pixels. But next Thursday is going to be, I'm not sure yet, because it depends on, I have to double check and see how the schedule works out. But in very short order, I will have a schedule arranged for everything for July, and we'll be good to go. Hey, Fender, what's up? Yes, Adventures in Middle-earth should be happening on the road at least once. That's going to depend partly on my players, but I'm going to have my books with me, and I've got, obviously, a lot of the stuff is web-based, so that helps a lot. So I will be able to do that on the road. And let me, again, publicly thank Fender Saxby, because Fender Saxby was kind enough to be able to go in and actually volunteer to put in some of the maps and to set up some of the character sheets and some of the stuff that we're using for the Wilderland Adventures first adventure that I'm doing right now. So Fender, thank you again publicly. And again, someone said that the volunteers are the lifeblood of these things, and it's 100% true. So I really, am appreciative and thank you, because it really makes a difference to be able to have people doing that so that I can focus. I don't have to focus on doing that sort of thing. So thank you very much, Fender. I appreciate it. All right. With that said, I am going to, let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this, and let's turn on that. There we go. Hello, everyone. I hope everybody's doing well. As you can see, my daughter is here. And actually, why don't you take your headphones off for a second so you can show. Your new haircut. The haircut, and also the other thing. I want you to notice two things. So go ahead and lean over. Okay.
It hurts when I lean over.
Well, you're gonna have to do a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see, but not only did she get a new haircut today, but she also has gotten her ears pierced. So my 9.5-year-old has now gotten her ears pierced. I've explained to her on multiple occasions to stop growing up, and she keeps telling me that she can't. And I'm like, it's just a matter of will. And she's like, Daddy, that's not how this works.
It is the truth. He keeps on. I am trying not. I need to grow. I need to grow. Doesn't everybody agree about that? I need to grow. And I have to grow quickly. Guys, like, please. Man.
Yeah. So this is the deal. This is the deal that we face. This awaits you, Brahms, by the way. Actually, no, you have a son. Well, still, I mean, who knows? He may get his ears pierced. But the growing up thing awaits you. I'm just letting you know. Right now, you're still very early in the process. But this is going to happen. And your kid is going to be, you're going to find yourself DMing for your kid playing Fighting Fantasy, Advanced Fighting Fantasy, role-playing RPG rules and stuff like that. So it's just crazy. Yeah, exactly. Stay young forever. Exactly. Just don't. Exactly. But anyway, we will see. But it is a pleasure to have my daughter with me, and it's going to be good times. Not really, Tame Abel. I don't. There was no rush. We wanted to do it when she made the decision to do it. There are a lot of people who never get their ears pierced at all. And we didn't want her to we wanted her to make the decision when she wanted to. And she got to the point where she wanted to do it. And she was old enough that we felt it was appropriate. So, some people do it earlier, but I don't think there's any hard and fast rule. So, yes. But anyway, so what is going? Do you hear that yelling outside? I think it's just the kids playing outside. We'll see. But anyway, but tonight, folks, we have got ourselves the final of the Talisman tournament. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump over to the current game, zoop, like that, and I'm going to bring up the Discord so I can chat with my good friends, Little Muffin, Brahms, and Shadowed Mage. And I'm going to introduce all of them to you. So I'm going to begin with, first of all, let me just pop up my...
I could understand what the yelling would be. It had to be the kids.
Here's the kids? Okay. All right, and...
There's kids passing by or something. I bet that was Oscar.
Oh, is Oscar?
I bet that was Oscar missing a shot.
Oh, okay. All right, here we go. Okay, let's see. Can people hear me?
There we go. Yep. Hello?
Hey, there we go.
Yay.
All right, good. We've got everybody here. All right, so chat, I want to welcome you all to the final of the Talisman tournament, and I'm going to introduce you to the 3 finalists from, I think we have a very strong finalist pool. I think we have demonstrated the ability for both cutthroat play and, clutch, pulling it out of nowhere sort of play. And I guess for each of the finalists, there's got to be a lot going through their mind at this point. Obviously, this is one of the big moments of their lives. And so, I think it's important that we kind of get a few sense of them. So I'm just going to go right down the list. I will start with the last person to be able to qualify in the last semifinal. And that, of course, is Little Muffin. Muffin, I guess the question at a moment like this is, I know you've been working for this for much of your life. And I just am curious what your thoughts are as you stand on the precipice of greatness or complete defeat.
Dumb luck and random chances got me this far. Let's keep it going. Why not?
I like it. Okay. Moving right along, Brahms, I know that much of your future as a parent relies on what happens tonight. So I'm curious whether you're ready to risk your family's future and your own for whatever happens here.
Oh, I'm totally willing to risk their future. Far above. I'll be able to win this, no problem. So
okay.
I'm totally confident in that.
Should be fine. He has placed a side bet, by the way, selling his house, his car, and all his assets. So that's very key. And last but certainly not least, there is, for some reason I've just decided to give only you this title, Shadowed, but of course on you rests the shoulders of an entire nation. So are you prepared to support all of Canada, or will you just allow Canada to collapse? It doesn't matter that there's other people who are Canadian involved here. What matters is that you are the person here. So are you ready to let down your country and or allow your country to succeed in glory, is my question to you.
Screw Canada.
Wow. Apologize for that immediately.
I'm doing this for my own glory.
I'm doing this for my own glory. Okay. As you guys know, we're going to conduct this very much the way that we conducted the semifinals. Each of the 3 semifinals, by the way, were really excellent close games, and we're going to be using similar rules to this one. We will be using the Talisman Bloodbath rules, which means that if people die, I don't... But actually, remind me, did I have it so that you guys could redraw characters if you died, or did I not have that? I'm trying to remember if I had it set up in the semis.
You had it so that we wouldn't be able to redraw.
Wouldn't be able to. That's what I thought. Okay. So I think we're going to keep it like that because I thought the rules worked pretty well. Bloodbath rules, meaning there's only one talisman in the talisman deck, but importantly, there are talismans in the adventure deck. So that doesn't, screw you completely. But we are going to see what we've got here. So yeah, exactly. Show some pride. Show some pride. Okay, let's put up the online game, and this is going to be the ARV final, and of course exclamation point, yeah, definitely, and of course this is to become the Arvisman. Oh, Christmas! I just realized that I've got to make myself visible on Steam. Darn it! I must give up my precious anonymity for a short period of time. All right.
There are 2 talismans in the adventure deck.
Okay, so that means there's a total of 3 talismans available for people. So see, theoretically, everyone could have one. It's just, you need to have that at the time. Okay, me and then these 3. All right, let's do it. So I'm going to begin by let us invite friends. All right, we will invite Little Muffin. We will invite Brahms, and we will invite Shadowed Mage. Okay, invite has been sent. We don't need the drum roll every time, but I appreciate it.
Let's see if this works.
Random characters. Oh, right, that's right. The sudden death option is what I did not do. Okay, right.
This is a lot smoother than running on my laptop since last time.
Oh my God, that's right. You had to win. That's right. Oh, look at that. It's just we're all ready. Okay, random, and here we go. Super fast. Okay, so we're going to begin with myself. Now, as always, I will pick a character that I can then immediately kill myself off with. So I'm going to choose the thief.
The priest?
Really? Well, I think the thief is going to be the benefit of the thief is that well. Yeah, no, you're probably right. I'll just get in a lot of fights.
The priest is easier to kill off.
Yeah, you're right. You make a good point. Oh, and I didn't. I'm sorry. I didn't undo the volume for everybody in chat. There we go. All right, and I can draw a spell. Hopefully, it's the death spell to self. Okay, so here we go, people. Let's begin with Little Muffin. So, Little Muffin is choosing between the Elf, Thief, and Dwarf, 3 classics, of course. Each one of these with their own benefits. I believe we had someone do pretty well with the Elf in recent times. The Thief can be very useful. The Dwarf is a very strong endgame character in certain configurations because the Dwarf, you only have to roll 2 dice in the mines and only 1 dice to open the door by craft. So my daughter and I were just listening to The Hobbit today, so we got some Thor and Oakenshield stuff going on. What's up, Nonstop? Nonstop, I have your character background finished, Nonstop. So at the end of the game tonight, I will read you your character background. It's done. I finished it. It is complete. So.
A Little Muffin was
Oh man, a Little Muffin is going to choose. So Little Muffin has chosen an elf. Brahms is deciding between the warrior, the troll, and the monk. Now, I have to say, this is not that easy decision because all of these are solid. The warrior is able to roll 2 dice in combat and can use 2 weapons at once. The monk can add craft to strength during an attack. But the troll is just, mega strong guy. And Shadowed has won with the troll before. So... I worked on his character background nonstop, more or less, Shatter. I see what you did there, and I'd like to subscribe to your newsletter. What's up, Shatter?
A Shadow Mage, who is not Shadow Mage.
Exactly. Do we have any side bets from people in chat, by the way, about who they think are going to win this? Like, how many people have got? How many side bets have we got on Shadowed or Brahms or Little Muffin? Who have we got here on this? I know BB is rooting for Little Muffin, even though she's not here at the moment, but she is still rooting nonetheless for her.
Look, I had to go with the elf because last time I almost lost to the elf.
Oh,
So-
I see. So if you can't beat them, well, you did beat them, but if you can't almost lose to them, then join them. Don't ask about the side bets. It's a gray market. That's funny. So Brahms has chosen the monk. Ooh, this is, and now there's some interesting choices here. The ghoul has not been chosen before, but the ghoul is cool in that the ghoul is able to resurrect characters who fight for him, although they only last for one fight before they crumble away to the discard pile. The ghoul can be very effective. However, you still got the dwarf and the thief there, so all good characters. I do have to say, I was playing with the expansions the other day when I was, last week when I was sick as a dog, and, the Tavern Wench. Have you guys seen this Tavern Wench as a character? You can go around the board and you can basically, when you land on people, you can pour them a drink. You have 5 potions and you can basically pour them a drink, and you can make them give you gold, objects, and stuff like that. Like, that's basically her ability, and she never has to roll at the tavern. So she's a very specific kind of character.
So basically, you ply other players with booze?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
this is tough.
It's a tough call, man. However you play will adjust, this character will adjust the way that the game gets played. But all of them are viable.
I think I have to go with Dwarf.
It's a solid choice.
Alright, Dad, just try to die.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as you can.
And I apologize in advance, but I'm also finishing up eating my Indian food, which is easier for me to do since my job here is to try to get killed. All right.
Love
Good start.
food.
Graveyard. Death. Success. All right. Here we go.
What happened?
Hmm?
You lost one of your players?
No. I just I'm trying to kill my guy off. Your team Shadowed Mage? Awesome.
Yes.
You got a team
I-
Shadowed.
I have a cheering section.
Mm-hmm.
I am good with this.
Okay.
Enough to.
So Little Muffin is going to be engaged early on in the classic elf strategy of stick to the woods at all times, which is a solid strategy. However, Brahms, who begins in the village, has a decision before him. I like to imagine this is the opening credits montage of Kung Fu, where he's just like, which way do I go? I must travel north or west. You want me to accidentally win, Jedi? Fear not. That will not occur. All right. And demonstrating his vow of poverty, he immediately gets a bag of gold.
Listen to the music.
I like to imagine that the way he got this bag of gold was by selling jars of jam. You do that at the monastery, and then you do that. All right, so now the dwarf begins. And immediately here, we have a delectable priest just waiting to be killed. So we've got that. But instead he's going to go and draw an adventure card. And he has found an angel. And the problem is that the dwarf is neutral. And so the angel is like, whatever, and is going to depart.
What will happen if the angel is nice?
Well, if he was a good character, aligned good, then the angel would have given him a life. If he was evil, the angel would have taken a life. Because he's neutral, the angel is like, eh. So, all right, let's see. 6. Let's go to the most dangerous possible area. Let's go to the crags. Oh, actually, no, I shouldn't have done that. I should have gone to the sentinel. Oh, well. I'll remember next time. 5. Safe. No effect. Great. No, I clearly want to re-roll that. 4. Still safe. Oh, well. I wasted a fate, though. It's a fascinating experience to do everything you can to throw a game as fast as possible. Exactly. Get wrecked neutral. All right. Now, Little Muffin, who can continue to wander around the board in his forest and woods, and that's exactly what he's going to do. It makes sense because the elf's strength is in the woods, and immediately gets a magic belt and becomes a target. Gaining a strength.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. He is a strong elf. Now, did you find that? Did you find that under some moss, or was it, you know, in a forest stream? Like, where was this belt?
Oh, look, it's the bug.
Look, someone had to leave. They were chased by a bear. They left the belt behind. It was just kind of hanging on a branch.
Right. Okay. That's logical.
Hey, Elf. That belt is obviously of dwarven origin, so this dwarf is gonna come for you.
He's like, the elf is just like silent. That dwarf could be heard in the dark. All right. What's up, Troicifix? Torn between the new tyranny and torment. Opinions. Very different kinds of games, Troicifix. Tyranny, I would say, is shorter and more straightforward. I would say Torment is... If you loved Planescape, you will like this, not because it's a sequel to Planescape, but because it has the same feel as Planescape. I like both of them. I like Tyranny a lot. But I would say if it were me, I would probably start with Tyranny, because Tyranny you can get through more quickly. It's a more sort of straight ahead experience. And then Torment is something which is a broader, like, sink your teeth into it, think a lot. It's kind of weird and all over the place, but still awesome type of thing. So that's what I would say. The belt will be his.
So we all hang out for a round.
Oh, is this the storm that got hit? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool feature, by the way, in this game is that you can click on the top here, and it'll show you all the previous turns that exist. By the way, the winner of this game tonight is going to win a season pass to Talisman. So they will get a copy of all of the Talismans, including Horus Heresy. So there will be lots of Talisman in the world. My pleasure, Troicefix. A lot of pleasure in the world. Yeah, Tyranny is definitely more of Pillars. I like it better than Pillars of Eternity myself because I think it's a more focused game. But it's very much more in that vein. Torment's really kind of its own thing, and the big drawback for Torment is that I don't think the combat's that great. But I think it's a beautiful world building and a lot of great, especially NPCs. A lot of great NPCs. PCs are okay, but the NPCs are really awesome. So, all right. Brahm's thinking here about what he wants to do, decides to go to the village, where he's originally from, is going to the blacksmith and is going to buy something from the blacksmith. What do you get for dying first? The ability to eat one's Indian food with impunity. Yeah, agreed, Viz. I agree with that totally. Totally agree. They would probably even agree. I mean, Planescape Torment, the combat was not the focus either. But it's just, I really think it's kind of a drawback in Torment. I really don't like the combat system, but fortunately, I try not to get into combat. All right, the dwarf has found an alchemist, which will allow him to convert any number of objects he has into gold. Okay. Meanwhile, the Magical Mystery Tour continues, and I will go, I'm going to go here.
Yeah, that might kill you.
Ah, Pestilence. All characters in this region must lose one life, including myself. Outstanding.
Yay.
All right, that means everyone is going to lose a life. Pestilence. Pestilence anno domine. Pestilence domine anno domine anno domine. Domine, 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 domine. All right, everyone lost a life. That was just a nice balancing act. I gave you all the not quite last rites. All right, now Muffin continues his Magical Mystery Wood Tour by heading over. He's going to draw an adventure card in the woods and finds a wild boar, which is roaming this area. This is the, if you lose to this character, lose to this enemy, it's embarrassing and everyone laughs at you. So, he's trying. Oh, the wild boar! Oh, will he allow it? Will he allow it? The elf, will the elf allow himself to be gored? Oh, the elf loses to the wild boar. Ultimate shame. Oh yeah, look at the shield. Look at the shield. He's gonna like, and the shield doesn't work either. Ultimate shame. Wow. The wild boar did not want your crap. It's like the wild boar is like, listen, I'm tired of this dude in his green leather and his foot up on a stump acting like he's better than us, so wham. Yeah, so much for the woods there, elf boy. It is a good point that he could have evaded that wild boar, but again, it's like evading an ant, you know, I'm just saying. Okay. The monk continues his good path. He can't go to the graveyard. That'd be a bad idea. So instead he goes to the forest and is lost. Unless he re-rolls. He does have a lot of fate, actually, so that wouldn't be a terrible call if he decided to go that way. And there you go. A ranger guides him out and he gains a craft. So Brahms is smarter for having gone through this. I thought elves communed. Oh, listen. I mean, Little Muffin communed with that boar big time. The boar communed with his horn into the elf's, into Brahms' torso. I mean, to Little Muffin's torso, and, you know.
Look, there's a lot of elves. Not everyone's from the woods, okay?
You're gonna.
You say that, but I notice you're spending a lot of time there. A lot of time.
Up until that pig, the woods were pretty nice.
They were. It's all fun and games till someone loses a tusk. Alright, Shadow trying to decide now between the city and the tavern. Does he feel like visiting the Enchantress? Which he would have to do if he went there. Does he feel like going to the tavern and getting stone cold drunk? He's going to go to the Enchantress. Now there is a little bit of danger here in that he could be turned into a toad, but he does have a lot of fate. So that will help him considerably. And he gets a 5, which means he gains a strength.
I will take that.
Alright. Good early stuff here from the guys, except for losing to the boar, which we'll just, you know. Alright, I think that's good. I'm going to try to go through and fight the Sentinel, and we'll auto-lose. Thank you.
How many more?
I have 1 life left.
Yay.
Let's see what we've got here. So right now, we've got Muffin with 2 lives, a shield and the magic belt, and the ignominy of having lost to the wild boar. We've got Brahms, who's got a sword and a dream, and not a whole lot else. And we've got Shadowed Mage, who's got an alchemist and a dream. I would say it would be hard to pick a winner at this point. We're just too early on in the game to see where things stand. So, now see, now here is a case where it's good to be an elf, because here he can just be like, listen, I'm not going to deal with that giant. But, and I would suggest that you sneak away. The wild boar would like to remind you, sir.
What happened? Did he sneak away?
He snuck away. If you can't handle a boar,
I'm just gonna leave that one there.
Mm-hmm. Maybe you can go back and talk to the boar again.
Well then.
Probably when I go to the Sentinel Space Bunny card.
I'm sorry, say that again. Say it again.
I said he'd probably want to go to the Sentinel Space Bunny and encounter a card.
You can do that. That's true. Brahms is capable of doing that. He could also now, he could also go and try to hammer away at Little Muffin while he's got the chance. Because the particular ability of the monk, for those of you who do not know, is that he can add his starting craft to his strength during battle, which means he would have an effective strength of like right now of 6 plus his sword, so he'd have 7, which would give him a leg up on Muffin. It would also put Muffin in a world of hurt early on. Now, however, actually no, now that I take that back, because Muffin could evade him because he's in the woods. So actually, probably that wouldn't work out. So he could go deal with the giant, which would be a sort of one-on-one battle. He could try to take out the priest, who's almost dead anyway. He could deal with the space, which is a possibility as well. No problem, no problem. Thanks for stopping by, Trisfix.
Uh-oh.
Ah, the serpent. All right, so Brahms is now going to battle it out with the serpent. I assume he's going to do some, you know, monk-type stuff to the face. Yep. All right, here we go. Oh, look at that. You taking notice there, Muffin? See, that's how you actually do it that way, see? You zig instead of zag. All right, Brahms wins.
Just let me pull my half-orc paladin into this. We'll see who's winning.
Like I said, the loss to a boar is difficult. It's a difficult journey. We've all been there. I mean, I haven't been there, but you know, others have been there.
I wish you have. I wish you would have.
I'm joking. I have clearly lost to the boar in my Talisman career.
Oh, another 6.
A lot of 6s coming from Shadowed Mage here.
That's what's happening. Shadow's taking all the 6s.
Yeah, it is true. I mean, like, Shadowed is really sucking up all the 6s in the room. So Shadow could go down to the chapel and get some. He could try to pray. He could go instead to the tavern and hang out there. This is a real moral dilemma. Do you go to the chapel or do you go to the tavern? This is a dilemma I think many of us face on a weekly basis.
The real question is, what would a dwarf do?
If he's a true Canadian, he goes to the tavern.
Yeah, and if he's a true dwarf, he does the same thing. So,
Well, this result is not the best, but it's not horrible for me either.
all right. So he could either
I do
re-roll
have
that.
A lot of fate.
Oh, the 6. So a boatman offers to ferry you to the temple as your next move. So he could leave all this nonsense behind. Now, he does not have a talisman, and he's not really statted out for it, but it would give him the middle region by himself. So,
Yep.
all right. Meanwhile, speaking of the middle region, I can do it. Oh. All right. And that's the end of the priest.
Goodbye.
I had a good run, guys. I had a good run. I thought I was going to get it done. All right. Now I can just shoutcast it. All right. So it's Little Muffin's turn. Now, is Muffin going to go back and get vengeance on the boar is the real question here. That's the open argument. Can Muffin overcome his previous embarrassment, or does he want to take a risk of putting his life on the line in front of this boar, which has brought him low?
We're gonna do strategy here.
The strategy is run from the boar. Oh, and he gets armor. He's rewarded for his strategy. So he
Brave
crawls through
Mr.
the
Muffin.
undergrowth. Yeah. This is quite a productive little forest you got here. You got belts on trees. You got suits of armor. All right, Brahms deciding what he wants to do. He could go try to show Little Muffin how it's done by taking out the boar. Or he could go to the other forest and see if he can get let out again. But he's decided to go off to the boar. So he looks at the boar. What you want? Oh, open hand slap to the face of the boar. What did Five Fingers say to the face? He said death. The wild boar's like, I thought you were Muffin. That true, Fender. Losing when you intend to is a kind of win. That's kind of the way I want to take it. Yeah.
There's a talisman token there.
Where? Oh no, that's a gold. That's the gold that I left over. If the priest dies, who runs the funeral? Well, I gave myself the last rites as the sentinel was crushing my face. I was like,
Be the monk.
I guess that's true. The monk could do this in a pinch.
Wait, why didn't it give me the option to go to the temple?
It
All I
could.
had was roll to...
It's before you click roll, you can just select the tile.
Right.
Oh, I must not have seen it glowing then.
Pretty early though, to be honest, Shadowed anyway. I mean, I'm not sure that you're statted out for that. Evil darkness. All characters except those of evil alignment must miss one turn, which means everybody misses a turn.
Uh-huh.
Alright, well. That would have had a bad effect on me, except I was dead. So, okay. Little Muffin misses a turn. Brahms misses a turn. Shadowed Mage misses a turn. And we're up to Little Muffin. Alright. So now Muffin's got some decisions to make. He can go hang out with the giant, which I don't think he wants to do, or he can go encounter the space where Brahms is. And have fun over there. So he's got lots of choices. Mm-hmm. Instead, he's going to depart the relative safety of the eaves of the woods. He will leave the old forest and venture out into the strange, open world in front of him. Exactly, Black Belt.
Closest to the woods as he possibly can.
Exactly, as close to the woods as he possibly can get. And he gets 2 bags of gold for his trouble. This is, however, dangerous. It's seductive. He's like, wow, I leave the forest and I find money. And that's how the lure of Mammon gets him. All right. Now Brahms is continuing his magical mystery tour. He could go to the city, would have to go to the Enchantress, though. Has a good bit of fate, however, so he'd be probably okay there. Or he could go to the Crags and take his chances there. He has gone to the city. He's going to take on the Enchantress. We're going to see what she does.
Toad. Toad.
Yep, we have the Toad chance going on already. It is Toad, and now he's going to have to roll again with his fist. Oh! The power of Toad compels you. Which ribbit. All right, so now we've got Bruce Lee the Toad. I mean, really, he had no gold anyway, so all that really costs him is time and the possible risk of someone taking him out while he's a Toad. So right now you've got a very martial art, like, driven Toad. That's basically what this is all about. Excuse me. Thank you very much for the host, Rob. Thank you very much for the host, and welcome back stateside, my friend. Rob is recently back from his yet another one of his magical mystery tours, and welcome back, dude.
Goblin, that is.
Oh no!
Oh, the goblin and the ogre working together versus Shadowed Mage. Go get him! Yes, boss. Oh man.
I was not.
Perhaps it is you who are the Toad. Welcome back, Rob. An 8. They just need a... Whoa! He's going to have to roll this again unless he wants to take the life death. He's going to stand off.
Outcome is roll a 6 on the reroll and get a standoff.
Now he's a battle Toad. Exactly, Jedi. Yeah, this is an interesting call. It's not a great chance, so it depends on whether you just want to... I mean, you do have 4 fate, though, so...
I do have 4 fate.
That really didn't help.
It was, but you basically just threw yourself at them. $10 if you can guess what that Toad quote is from. A Toad, madam, perhaps it is you who are the Toad. Is that a Harry Potter quote? I have no idea. I gotta be honest.
That sounds familiar.
Alright. Shadow doesn't want to end his turn. He's like, I don't want to end this way.
My bad.
It hurts so much, I can't do it.
I can't take it. It's a line from a musical. A Toad, madam. Perhaps it is you who are the Toad. Wow. Wicked?
Well, we're gonna go back to the trees because it's a better option than the other one.
By the way, it isn't.
It isn't from there?
What is it?
He's gonna go to, a Toad, madam. Perhaps it is you who are the Toad. Is the name of the quote.
He's fighting.
He's actually, no, he's evading. So he just runs into the woods and like dives under the giant's legs and then hugs the ivy as he, digs closer.
Look, choice between giant woods or graveyard?
Next clue, partial... Oh, Phantom of the Opera? It's from Phantom of the Opera. Really? Really?
And we now have an evil Toad.
Phantom of the Opera. Wow, so your Toad is... So now you're just like, ribbit. Ribbit. I will lily pad. Yeah, the chandelier. You will face my wrath, bug. I will begin with one swamp. I will not drain it. I will inhabit it. Oh, man. Yeah, man, good times. Good times. Alright, Shadowed Mage is thinking about what he wants to do. He's got the tavern as an option, or he's got the forest as an option. So he can... Wow. So he's going to go hang out where the elves hang out instead of going to a tavern. Interesting questions now being raised about the dwarfhood of Shadowed Mage. How dwarfy is he actually? This is an interesting dilemma that we find ourselves in.
He did gain a craft, though.
That's true. But again, it's like, yeah, but then, so then he went and he got some book learning, but, okay, Muffet is going to continue to stay in the woods. Again, wise decision. And here we have a hobgoblin. Now, theoretically, he ought to be able to take this hobgoblin, but we've already seen with the great boar incident of Aught 2017.
Bad idea.
Wait. Such confidence in me, jeez.
All right, there we go. We got a 7 versus a 7, a standoff. Now, will he re-roll to try to get the win, or will he simply accept the standoff? You can tell he's thinking about it with his foot up on a stump. He's like, I don't know what I should do.
I'm gonna go with the standoff.
Take the standoff.
The hair is nice and dramatic right now.
Right, you're dramatically standing off. Man. If it's your job to keep the woods clear, I'm not, Musical theater karaoke night. That would be fun for sure. I will not be the only one who croaks, evil Battletoad. The evil toad is like, that sword will be mine, enchantress. You will pay the ultimate penalty. I will gain a craft which I cannot do because I am a toad. Ribbit. Wait, can you get... Now, that's interesting. You can. I didn't know that. Does that stack? So does that carry over when you go back into being a human form? I wonder if that carries
No.
over. It shouldn't,
Doesn't
right?
carry over.
I don't know, so we'll see.
I'll find
It's
out.
not supposed to.
I didn't think it was, yeah. What's up, Azia? Yes, the ultimate Arvisman. That's correct. Right now, Shadowed is trying to decide. Now he can go to the graveyard, or he can go to the tavern, which is calling his name.
Get drunk.
The truth is, ever since he decided not to take the boatman thing, he hasn't wanted to show up there, because the boatman's like, geez, man. Alright, he is, he's trying to decide what he wants to do. He's paid a gold and gotten some fate back. There can be only one. Exactly. There's no time for us. Okay.
He's going to the woods.
Yes, Little Muffin could stay in the woods. He's got a spot where he could draw an adventure card. He could go hang out with the giant, by which I mean evade him like it's his job. So he's got many choices.
1 in 6 chance. I'm gonna go for it. Dang it.
Instead, he's going to get a 5. He's going to leave the woods behind. And he's going to depart and enter either the plains or the hills. I will give you evil warts. He has entered the hills. And he has found a dragon. This is what happens when you leave. When you leave the safety of the woods, a fearsome dragon is terrorizing the area.
Wow, man.
Putting him in a very bad spot. Muffin has got to consider his life total very carefully at this point. First, he's got to really put it together. Now, in the movies, of course, Legolas would defeat the dragon with a hand tied behind his back. But in reality, he's got, let's see, so he's got a 4. He could stand this off, theoretically. But he'd be down to 1 fate.
Look, I played the entire last game without a fate, and realistically, this elf isn't quite so much a ranger as a model. That's why he's got the stump hair blowing in the wind.
That's actually a good point. Oh, man. And just like a model, he's all style, no substance. All right. But the armor does save you.
Nice.
The armor. Armor. Okay, meanwhile, the evil toad continues his evil journey, hopping evilly through the land. And has found the rune sword that tries to lift it up. Is like, ribbit, 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 oh, spirits of evil. Oh.
I'm coming for that. Or not.
And Brahms has been restored to his former glory, except now as an evil monk. Alright, Shadow Mage has got a decision to make.
Evil monk. Evil monk.
While also shield surfing. That's a good point, Jedi, yes. And the Shadow Mage has found a fairy. But unfortunately, Shadow Mage is not a good character. I mean, he's a good character, he's just not a good.
Neutral.
What
Well,
happens if he's a good...
then she grants him a wish. So the first good character, which right now is Muffin, to land there will actually get that ability. But first Muffin has to return to the woods. Also, Muffin has got to figure out a way to stay alive because his life total is problematic. What's up, Varney?
Staying alive would have been rolling a 1.
Yes. That would have helped.
Guess what I can't seem to roll?
1s are not your friend, these so far. It is true. Alright, so Muffin has decided to wander off to the plains, where he will find, drawing an adventure card, insta-death. No, he finds 2 bags of gold. He's got plenty of money. I mean, all he needs to do is get to civilization, and they'll just, like, throw themselves on him to heal him, so...
The problem is when he stops hanging out in forests, he just runs across terrible things
That's
all
it.
the time.
That's exactly right.
The thing is, I also ran across terrible things in the forest.
Well, I mean, one of those terrible things, in fairness, was a boar, so, I mean, you know, I don't...
Really, it seems like my job right now is to just clutter this field with terrible, terrible encounters.
Agreed. But it's early. No one has a talisman. No one is clearly ahead. Ah, that magic portal. So now, Brahms could, if he wished, step through and be transported to another place. 50% chance of getting into the middle region or better. He's chosen not to. He's not really... he doesn't really have the stats for it exactly.
Bad idea.
Wants to roll another 6, get back to the rune sword.
But there is a dragon waiting there for Shadowed Mage. Shadowed runs the other direction as fast as possible and finds a bandit. Bandit's like, "Oi! I saw you running from that dragon. No dragons here. Just give me a gold. Ain't got a gold? Oh.
Stop.
Wow. You just axed me. I axed you twice." And the dwarf asks him a question that the bandit cannot answer. That hat makes him look like Gary Oldman in Rosencrantz Guildenstern are Dead, which is always a good thing. All right.
Go to that portal.
Now Muffin has got a heal. He's got a life problem. Muffin has got to go get himself healed. Pronto.
Again, 1 in 6 odds, but
Well, no,
See, that
no. You could
Just roll a 2.
you could get healed at the city. You could get healed at the chapel. You could maybe get healed by the ferry even.
Go to
You got some
Check.
chances.
Roll 6. Roll 6. That was a horrible.
and I rolled a 1.
You rolled a 1. Well,
Now
I mean,
I
you
roll a
could
1,
go to
of
the
course.
woods and evade. So there's always that.
You should go to the woods.
Or you could go to the woods and you could try to defeat the evil hobgoblin. All right, green versus green.
Oh, here we go.
The elf waits for it. Then go,
Heck with it. Not one of the game.
and that big 2. Oh, but fortunately for him, the hobgoblin is overconfident, having heard stories. But Little Muffin successfully defeats the hobgoblin. I think this is the turning point. I think we can all agree. This is the turning point in the game.
That
For
applause
Muffin.
sounds remarkably sarcastic.
Okay. So, Brahms goes, and Brahms, because he is now an evil monk, has no compunctions picking up the rune sword. That's a big deal for Brahms, because everyone that he kills now, every time he takes a life, he gains a life. He has now got, he's basically got Elric's sword, so. Muffin got eaten up, exactly. Oh, but in the meantime, Shadowed Mage has found the Holy Grail.
I will take that.
Some good objects that some of the people have. Still no talismans, but some good objects here. All right, Mao. See, Muffin's in good shape now because now Muffin, as the good character, can go to the ferry. Now he's got some choices here. Now he could gain a life. The problem is that, you know, you almost end up feeling a little bit like that's a waste. You could teleport anywhere you want, which could be a benefit to him. Obviously, Strength Craft is beneficial. Anything here. So it's a lot of good options available for him.
Choices. But
I like to think she was looking for a champion, but she chose the wrong elf. She just doesn't realize it. She's just like, I heard you are Legolas. You're like, I am Legolas, that elf.
yes, that is in fact one of my names.
I am not the one who lost to a boar.
We're gonna get some gains.
All right. Picks up a strength, right? Is that what I saw?
Yep.
Why is it always the Enchantress?
That's one of the 2 people you can go to in this version of the game.
Yeah, but why
In
do
the
they
city.
always do that?
Because the only other one you can go to is the Alchemist. And you can't go there unless you actually have something you're trying to turn into gold. And they weren't. So they have to go to the Enchantress.
Oh man. Another hobgoblin?
Yeah, out in the gym. Exactly, Cox.
Really? At least I still won.
The dwarf with a rather unimpressive, but still wins a win.
Jeez, that hobgoblin.
Yeah. Hobgoblin did not skip leg day. But now, of course, Shadow can trade in the bandit and the hobgoblin and pick up his strength. Good balanced character Shadow's putting together, by the way. 5 strength, 5 craft. I would have to say that Shadowed is in pretty good shape, especially with that Holy Grail. But no one is out of this. This is still definitely anyone's game.
There are 2 bad spots.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's just going to encounter the space. He's found a phantom who will grant the first evil character. Now, I can't feel too bad for Muffin here because he did get the benefit of the fairy. He can't then turn around and be like, also give me stuff, Phantom. So he will have to abandon that. However, Brahms, the Phantom is speaking his language, so.
You also have more gold now.
How much gold do you have, Muffin?
I'm up to 6.
Oh, I didn't see that. Yeah, 6 gold.
Because your gold was still sitting on the square.
Oh, that's right, yeah. You're welcome. Wow, 6 gold. Yeah, you know, Muffin's not in bad spot as long as he can get that healing situation resolved. Muffin's at a pretty decent space as well. You know, I'm testing here. Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that I may have finally got my webcam desync problem fixed on OBS.
Oh, really?
Because what I did was, I got sick of... I just decided to plug it into... use up one of my USB 3 ports in the front of the computer that I know for a fact is USB, is because it says literally USB 3. And I'm hoping that that may have had something to do with it. I mean, I don't know, but I've been... Normally, it would have desynced a long time ago. And it has not so far. So that's nice. Meanwhile, XSplit continues their interminable. I have been working through things with them, but man, they do... XSplit is not the fastest group in responding to tech problems, so we'll see.
Wait, what was your tech problem with XSplit?
It crashed. I can't get it to run now. I thought it was just Elgato, but it runs on my system for about 5 minutes and then crashes, saying something about CEF core has crashed. So I've been working with their tech people about that, and I gave them a memory dump file and all this stuff. So, you know, I don't know. As I say, I don't care. I'm happy to use OBS. I mean, I have no problem with OBS. I just needed it to work. But it seems to be working better than it was. Still want to increase my intensity of color intensity, but... Yep, the mule, which is a follower.
Yay, you have a mule.
Now you just need 40 acres, and you can become a frontiersman.
I probably have the gold for it.
Yeah. Alright, let's increase this... color intensity slightly.
Oh, he went to the forest. Bag of gold.
And what happened in that lower forest? In full set of armor, gold, a weapon.
I know it. This is one of those, the ruins really had something to do with it. I just feel like the picture on the webcam is a little dull at the moment, but...
Oh, what is that?
Magical Vortex. Well, that's a whole lot of...
It absorbs all spells from every character. I don't really think that has any impact.
Maybe one person has a spell?
Yeah.
I don't know if Brahms does.
I have seen where that thing is so bad, though. That thing can be really, really devastating in certain games. Okay.
Who is this? Uh-oh.
Well, time to go to the bar.
Let me get the expert analysis from my play-by-play, from my color analyst. So, Senevine, how far, so far, as you're looking at this game, who do you think is got the advantage so far? No, this is the part where you come up and say, oh, clearly the advantage goes to, and then you just make something up.
It goes to fire. Okay, I'm trying to...
To fire?
It goes to the fire in the...
So she's saying the advantage is going to the game so far, which I would have to say is a wise decision.
That's pretty accurate.
Yeah, I would say that's true though.
What was that guy that he was trying to fight?
Yeah, Fender, you know what? I think I fixed that problem too. I didn't realize this until I was on Will's stream on Thursday, and I figured out what I was doing wrong with that, and I fixed that ridiculously washed out scenario.
Oh, go there,
So-
go there, go there.
So
There's a phantom.
So Senevine is talking about going to the Phantom.
You are
Yeah,
evil.
he's got a couple of options here. He could go to the graveyard because he's evil. He could pray and get some fate, but it is true that the Phantom is waiting on the space as well. And as an evil monk,
Evil monk.
right.
Yes.
All right, the question is, what is he going to choose? Brahms has got lots of options here. Brahms could continue to push his craft and could decide to become, and that's exactly what he's going to do. He's decided to go down the craft end. He's going to gain knowledge and wisdom rather than simply strength and brawn. My on-the-field reporter, right now, that's true, we have color commentator. I don't really have an on-the-field reporter. I believe Viz is in Discord right now commenting about what he's seeing. So I guess I would say Viz would be close to my on-field reporter. Viz will have to report, if all of a sudden there's some terrible injury, then Viz will have to be the one who talks about it. We don't have a lot of details, but we're hearing that Shadowed Mage's index finger is badly sprained. I don't know what the impact of this on the game is going to be. But we know how much he's been able to do with that index finger as a mouse clicker, and I don't know whether he'll be able to survive. Yeah, that kind of thing. That's the kind of hard-hitting reporting that we need. Brahms here trying to decide what it is that he wants to get. He only has a gold, so he does not have a lot of stuff to play around with here. But
He has only what?
1 gold.
Ah, he could get armor.
Armor's more expensive. The only thing he could get is a water bottle or a helmet.
That's what I meant. It said armor.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right, honey. It is. That's true. Yeah, it is armor. There's another thing which is actually called armor, like a suit of armor. And Brahms is elected to get a water bottle. And now Muffin has to think about where he's going to go. He could return to where he has spawned. He could return to the forest. Or he could go and pick up an adventure card. He decided to go to the forest. He doesn't have to roll if he doesn't want to. It's up to him if he chooses to. Hey, what's up, Burner? Oh, the priest was the field reporter? Yeah. I see what you're saying.
It's not mini Arv, it is little Arv.
That's true. Mini Arv is currently with his mom, visiting a friend of Mrs. Arv. Brahms thinking about it. Now, here we have an interesting situation, because Brahms could, at this point, try to go after Shadowed Mage, because if he attacks him, he could use his starting craft and add it to his strength. I still think it would be a very close fight, though, and he might be risking quite a bit to do it. Or he could just encounter the space that Shadowed is on. I've noticed that this has been a far less... Oh, the cross. Do not lose a life in the Chapel of Evil. Do not lose a life in the Graveyard of Good. And may destroy any spirits without resorting to psychic combat. Much less bloodthirsty game this time around. Last couple of games, I mean, a lot of people running around and attacking each other. But I don't actually think anyone has attacked each other or interacted with each other at all in this game, so... Hey, what's up, Remember the Ages? Oh, I'm glad, man. Hello, Amberzine. Change their names to Mini Arv, Little Arv, Mrs. Arv, and Arv and Illaron. Those dwarves deserve what's coming to them. What's up with intent? Good to see you guys. See everybody here tonight. Okay, Shadowed Mage thinking about what he wants to do. Shadowed Mage now could try to go in and deal, just encounter the Sentinel space, or could go up and try to encounter the, I believe that's the plains up there. I'm sorry, the hills up there. And he has found the Fountain of Wisdom. He has drunk from that Fountain of Wisdom and is now up to 6 craft. Now these guys are starting to get statted out a fair bit. A fair bit.
I do be a wise dwarf.
You know, typically in these stories, streams and dwarves do not get along well, but clearly proving that is not always the case in the game world.
My microphone was off for a little bit there while I was eating some pizza.
Understandable.
It was rather spicy.
Oh, yeah? And meanwhile, Little Muffin has used his model good looks to land a princess. So he's now got the princess who was, in fact, at this castle.
I will be right back. Need to take a quick bathroom break. So,
Okay.
no rush.
Just make sure to end the turn, assuming that was Muffin that just said that. Okay. And now we've got Brahms here, who's thinking about what he wants to do. Brahms is going to head to... He could head to Little Muffin's neck of the woods, if you will. Or he could just go to the plains. Several options. He has gone to the fields and has drawn a potion of strength, which is a good one-use item. If he ever gets in big trouble, he can down that potion of strength, increase his strength by 2. So he's got his steroids, but he cannot carry it all. Now, the good news for Brahms, though, is that he can't use a sword and a rune sword anyway. So he can just ditch that sword, throw it on the ground, happy birthday to the ground, and have this potion of strength instead. Now, Shadowed Mage has got him a 5. Now, this is interesting. Yep. And Shadowed Mage, taking no hesitation whatsoever, has run there. And the question is he going to encounter the space? Let me see what his card list looks like. He does not have a weapon. So if he were to encounter that space, he'd get himself a free sword right there. He could definitely do that. And welcome to everybody who may be just arriving. This is the final of the Talisman tournament between Little Muffin, Brahms, and Shadowed Mage, our 3 previous semifinalists, now finalists. And yeah, if you guys like what you see in here, please make sure to follow the stream. Please make sure to support the Patreon with ! Arvtreon. Check out the YouTube channel with ArvTube, Steam group and Discord with Steam group and Discord respectively. And thanks for hanging out with us tonight on this Friday with myself and with Little Arv over here.
I should have left it on my end turn for a little bit. Wait for Muffin to get back.
Oh, well. Yeah, that's true because of the thing.
Hey. 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 Hey.
Unnecessary echo! Necessary echo! Echo, echo!
Woo! Woo! Woo!
So this is the part where this is the part of the broadcast where we have people sort of dealing with commercial breaks, which is going to actually happen. Thank you for the host, Trendane. Thundercats. Ah, welcome back, Muffin.
Apparently that's exactly what I needed to do.
Thank you for the host, Trend. And there we go. Ah, to the chapel. Thank goodness. He's arrived at the chapel and now has been able to heal himself back up. Now Muffin is in good shape again. It's again another close game here. I would say that there's no obvious clear person who's in front. Yep, Brahms, who pretty much runs and just dives into that fountain of wisdom. Alright, so Shadowed Mage again, faced with the moral dilemma. Do I go and try to end evil, or do I get blind drunk in a tavern?
Why do you have to get blind drunk?
Well, because he's a dwarf, honey, and the way that it works... No, I'm just kidding, he doesn't have to.
Total strength 7. My strength in battle is 6. I'm gonna risk it.
Oh, that's right, the, yes, the conference call. Yeah, I'll be interested to hear about that later on, man.
Yeah, I think it's
thank
worth it to risk it.
Yeah, exactly.
Got a decent amount of faith.
This
So.
is a good battle. Thank you for the host, Digital DM. That's Dave, of course. Oh, look at this. Oh, now see, this is an interesting call. 50-50 shot of actually beating him on this one.
I got it.
Yep, there you go.
Nice.
Takes out both of them. That's going to help him out also because it means that he should be able to trade in trophies, I believe. Thank you very much for the host, by the way, Dave. Dave is the digital DM, and Dave is a good guy and is a good DM, so you guys should definitely give him a follow if you haven't already. Thanks, Dave. I appreciate it. I don't know. We'll see, Brahms. We'll see.
My dwarf is well-rounded.
Yes, your dwarf is your dwarf is indeed well-rounded. All right.
Go to the forest. Like you will. Yes, I knew you would go to the forest.
And so Muffin has headed to the forest and has found a vicious wolf. Now, normally this should not be a problem, but, you know.
We all know my luck.
So, Captain Morgan here with the 2. Oh! Can he lose to a wolf and a boar in one game? Oh my god!
Wow.
You can. You can.
Unbelievable. Wow. Wow. The wolf, like, you just need to stop fighting, like, squirrels would be your nemesis. You just need to stop fighting animals. Like, that's obviously your problem. Loses to wolf and boar in the same game. Wow. Man.
Those animals are salty.
Yo, they are.
Look, I'm not used to this ranged class thing. Give me a melee fighter, I'm fine.
Maybe you should stop putting your knee up on a stump and, you know, actually get yourself in a ready position for combat. Hey, Thorg, what's up, man?
But the glamour shots, Arv.
You look tremendous in profile. Talisman is going well. Oh, and Brahms picking up the ring with the strength and the craft. I would say these guys are, again, a lot of really good characters up there. Yes, the famous I can't carry the ring, so I'm going to have to... so he's got, is he going to drop his water bottle? He probably has to. So he's going to drop the water bottle and put on the ring instead. And Brahms wishing for that mule. Or a secret pouch or something or other. All right, Shadow Mage deciding what he's going to do now. Could go to the... could go back to... Oh, I see what he's getting. Okay, I'm not going to... Yep, he sees it. He's going back to the Fountain of Wisdom, building up his craft even further as he continues to stat up. Stat up. Yeah, Muffin is definitely got to... Muffin's got to pick it up a little bit here. Muffin really has been unlucky with some of these rolls, but unfortunately his fate situation is in a difficult spot right now. Oh, and just as he says that, the game giveth. And there's Muffin with the talisman. Waplow. This is what happens when you stay in the woods.
What happens if he gets the talisman?
It means that he can get into the Valley of Fire. You can't get into that space unless you have a talisman. And there's only a few talismans in the entire game, so good stuff.
Let's see if I can do the same thing I did last time this game.
All right, let's see what happens. And the poltergeist has attached itself to you. Slow your movement to 1 space per turn.
What's the poltergeist?
It's like a spirit that you can't see, but it like throws things around and like disrupts your travel and stuff, makes it so you can't roll the dice. Instead, you just have to move 1 space per turn until you cross water, which is not actually the worst disaster of all time. There are things that can be beneficial about moving only 1 space per turn. Praise be to RN Jesus. Yep. All right, Shadow Mage deciding what he wants to do with his aforementioned well-rounded character. Could head there to the ruins. That's what he's going to do. Draw 2 cards there. And he will draw the Goblin and the Doppelganger. That's unfortunate because the Doppelganger has the exact same strength always, which means that we're talking about a 6 strength plus the Goblin. So it's a 9 versus 7, and there's really no way to deal with it except to just roll well. Unfortunate roll for the dwarf.
Oh no.
That's unfortunate.
What is the doppelganger?
Wow. The Doppelganger and Goblin are like, have that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take that loss.
Yep.
What's a doppelganger?
A doppelganger is a creature that is able to look exactly like you. Can shift into like your shape. So it can change if someone looks exactly like you. That's what it is. Yep, wrecked. Yep. All right, so Muffin, who is now deciding if he wants to go back and take another swipe at that wolf. I mean, you know, the wolf can't continually get that lucky, right? Like you have to assume at some point. There you go. See, that's how you swing the bow. You swing with that hand.
I swing the bow like that.
That's the problem,
Yes.
really, is that you were swinging the bow. It explains a lot. Yeah, doppelgangers are scary. Agreed. Agreed. All right,
Well,
so he
those-
defeats the wolf. So here's an example of what I was talking about. So Brahms now, because he has only the 1 space per turn, is able to get to a space that is going to be beneficial to him because he can only move that 1 space. So there's good things to this. Yes, they definitely can be, Azia. In fact, in the Infinity and Beyond game campaign, they actually did meet a couple of doppelgangers. Once again, the moral dilemma presents itself. Tavern or forest?
Get drunk.
He has chosen the tavern. And he can be teleported to any other space on his move by the wizard. And so, his stuff is rewarded. Thank you for the follow, Dark Wolf. Welcome to the Arvanauts. Sorry about that being that large, guys. Let me drop that down a little bit.
So my luck can't continue to be bad, can it?
I mean, let's discover. Let's find out together.
Ooh,
This is
hello.
going to work out for Muffin. He's got a mage, which means he's going to get a spell. Because he gets a spell per visit. All right.
Look.
That is correct, Tren. Yep. Okay, so this continues. Now, again, Brahms is not going to get the benefit of this, but if Brahms wants to keep going this way and he can just get through the city, he'll be able to get rid of that poltergeist if he wants. I know people that think the poltergeist has value and will go out of their way to not get rid of it under certain circumstances. So. Oh, I was wrong. That was the pool of life. I was looking at the wrong thing. Well, see, there you go. I mean, and there's your answer. Brahms really likes looking at the pool of life. He's like, the pool, the pool, the pool, the pool, put the pool, the pool.
I keep wanting to double click to move, and it's like, nope.
I know, I've done, yeah, I know. I've done that before. Many times.
Whoa, what's that?
That is the number of spaces he can transport to any one of these spaces in the outer region.
Good character.
It's a good call.
I'm not a good character, though.
No, that's true.
Transport.
He's a good character, but he's not a good character.
He's not a good character. This is, yeah, you can teleport to the portal. This is what happens when you don't want to take a side, man. You try to just play this. This is what happens when you're constantly playing Switzerland, you know? I mean, like, eventually, you know, man up and choose a side.
What?
I was gonna say you just fight the doppelganger and the goblin.
Yeah,
You're
that would be
strength
great.
again. Come
Go there. Go to the transporter. Ah,
Gonna fight the giant.
that's a bad idea.
He runs towards the giant.
Oh no!
I'm
Yes,
compensating! Oh, look at that.
That was
Wow.
But it's also a bad idea for the giant.
The giant zigged when he should have zagged.
Apparently nobody can dodge a wrench.
Yep.
That was great, but you should have went to the transporter. In my opinion.
Let's see. Muffin is going to go here and is going to continue his trip through the woods and get a bag of gold. As Muffin decides that he's just going to give up this whole talisman life and just become a merchant instead in the woods.
Again,
That's one rich
modeling
elf.
career.
This is the backstory of Ben and Jerry's, right? Like, this is how this happened.
that elf though.
Yep. It really is true. Like, this is basically the Justin Timberlake of Talisman. Better lucky than good, exactly, Thord.
I never saw anybody get drunk.
Yeah, well, it hasn't really happened, I guess, in games that you've been watching, I don't think. Brahms thinking about it.
Can I cross at the city on the
Yes.
on the water?
Yes, if you cross into the city and then leave the city, going over the city, going over that bridge there, you'll get rid of the poltergeist.
Oh, I see it. Yep.
Now, you do have to, of course, run the gauntlet of the Enchantress, who's a big fan of yours.
Toad.
Yep.
Toad.
Stop it.
5, gain a strength. The Enchantress is like, I feel sorry for you. Here.
I will take that.
All right. Look at that 9 craft from Brahms. Man. Now Shadow Mage is like, what are my choices? And he
I
finds a
already
sword.
have one of those, but
But he does have an alchemist, I believe. And so can turn that bad boy into gold. Does not need 2 swords. Yeah, there's always that terrifying moment where you're like, don't turn the Holy Grail into gold. Don't turn the Holy Grail into gold. Can you imagine? Like, just beyond, like, itself, you imagine God's like, really? You're like, I apologize unreservedly. You've chosen poorly. All right, now Muffin's got some choices. Now, one of the things Muffin can do is he's got this nice little cycle built up where he could just head over and grab a spell from his boy in the forest, because he does have enough craft to handle too. So he could do that if he wishes.
What?
Yeah,
More
because he's...
craft allows...
believe so. I think it's 3 is 1. I think 4 and 5 is 2. I think 6 and up is 3, I
Okay.
believe.
What is that?
Right.
That is a spell.
Oh,
Wow,
that is
that was evil sounding.
Oh no.
That is the sound of a person who has been who is tired of the boar and the wolf's crap, and has decided to take it out on his fellow friends. Okay, so here Brahms, actually Muffin rather, has a chance to
Muffin,
do
go
something.
to the Fireland.
Oh, I see what he might be doing. Yep. Oh boy. I see what he's got.
Why is it stuck in Q?
No,
I
it's giving
see
you a choice
cast on
between-
face-up card.
Right, or select a player.
Yeah.
Like,
What is he doing?
He's casting a spell.
It's-
Sometimes the UI is a little
trying-
difficult though.
I'm trying to, and it's not letting me.
Can you double... Well, do you see the thing on the right? The thing about select player cast on face-up card?
No. I have dismiss. There we go. Had to.
Okay, he's cast it on Brahms.
Saw that coming.
What is it? Wait for it. Continue. Immobility. Oh,
What's that
okay.
mean?
It means that the monk cannot move. It means Brahms cannot move. I don't like the way they handle that, the UI for that, because immobility is a spell you're supposed to cast at the beginning of another person's turn. You can queue it up, but too often I find myself casting it on myself by accident. So, wait, another immobility?
Wow.
Wow.
That's why I started.
And you freeze, and you freeze, and you freeze.
Nobody
Wow.
move.
Wow.
Stop. Muffin time. All right. Now we're going to go to... Meanwhile, it continues to journey through the woods and
Draws
finds
more
an imp.
gold.
Where will you be teleported?
Roll a 2.
Right?
Ah. didn't roll a
Crags.
2.
Crags. And is lost.
Oh well. It took me out of the woods. It just I can't handle it.
This is not the woods. It's not the woods, mommy. Okay. Now Brahms gets his chance. So there we go. And the poltergeist is gone. And he can, although I don't think he has the room to take the object, but he got rid of the poltergeist. I'd say that poltergeist was fairly reasonable for you, Brahms. That could have been a lot worse.
Oh yeah, it wasn't so bad.
All right, Shadowed Mage is taken and again has a bag of gold.
Not bad, not bad.
Not too bad.
Little Muffin, you should really
I mean-
go into the fire.
I mean, it's not Jeff, a little muffin Bezos over there, but
go
it's
to the fire.
it's definitely not.
Put it to elf too.
I just
I lost a turn.
Yeah, he lost a turn. He's in the crags. All right, let's see what's going to happen here. All right, Brahms is thinking about it. Brahms with that 2, actually, has got a couple of good plays. He could go and run and pick up another life from that pool, greedily taking it all for himself. Or he could run down and just pick up an adventure card. But he does have options here.
Venture.
I'm going to teleport you to Craigslist. Up to 5 lives now. Important to note that this is gaining rather than healing lives. So that's why he's able to do that. To go above his starting quota. And Shadowed Mage has found the incredibly redundant for him gnome, which allows him to only roll 1 die when opening the portal of power by craft and 2 dice in the mines. Super useful for Shadowed Mage, whose special ability is to roll only 1 portal for portal power by craft and 2 in the mines, as the dwarf. The gnome is one of the best followers in the game, unless you're the dwarf, in which case, whatever. Gnome's like, I can help you with many things, master. And the dwarf's like, you are me, but smaller. All right, Muffin going back.
Followers are good to have when you get to the Vampire's Tower.
That's true. They will be very useful for fodder. Not that in any way you would ever sacrifice them in that way. You know, just for the sake of your own, advancement. I mean, in no way. That's not how a leader does things at all, ever. And, yeah.
It's a little creepy because are they all giants? They seem like giants.
No, they're just sort of larger than that. Oh, man, the hag. All other followers immediately leave Brahms. Now, that means that he's going to lose. Actually, he doesn't have any followers. That's not a big deal yet. But he does have to get rid of the hag by building the village mystic. Interestingly, the hag, when combined with the poltergeist, has some interesting impacts. Poltergeist is like, I'm out, you know. But there's generally, though, there are not many benefits to the hag. All right, now Shadowed has got an interesting decision to make because he does not really... He could get through into the middle region, but he doesn't really have the ability to get past the Sentinel consistently yet. So... All right.
Oh, forgot about that.
So Shadow Mage's like, I'm going to take on Muffin. Muffin's like, no, you're not. Whoosh. I am in the woods. You can't see green on green, Shadowed. You know the deal. It's like you're fighting. It's like a high-stakes game of Where's Waldo.
Where's
Not that
Shadow
useful,
Singlet?
but good that someone else doesn't have it.
True. Of course, the problem is it's the kind of thing that you might have to ditch later, depending on other spells that you pick up. But the amulet keeps him from being affected by any spell except the command spell.
Go for the doppelganger.
Yeah, I think that's a good call.
Where'd Shadow Mage?
All right, Brahm's thinking about options. The doppelganger plus the goblin is going to be there for a while until someone takes out a destruction spell on that thing. But until then, that's just going to sit there as a kind of a wart. And the maiden, Brahms with 2 extra craft, bringing him up to an 11 craft. 11
Brahms still have...
craft.
Can
No, I
Brahms
still have
take
the
the
hag.
maiden?
I have the hag still.
Oh, that's right. Wow. All right. Kind of depends, Mano. I would say Brahms or Shadowed Mage. Shadowed Mage. Well, Shadowed Mage has a more well-rounded character, but Brahms has got some serious craft benefits. So and more life. Muffin, I would say, well, Muffin is the only one with the Talisman, and Muffin is definitely not out of it, but I would not put Muffin at the same level statistically right now.
He just keeps on going to the woods. He better get to the fire at section soon. Fire, 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 fire.
Well, first he's got to get into the middle region, and he's not really in a position to do that quite yet. He's just running back. The mage is like, I thought I gave you a spell last week. These young people are always asking for more spells.
Man, early on after this game was released, there was a bug where everyone would get to see the spells drawn.
Oof.
Oh, really? That's not helpful.
Is the hag nice?
No. I would say the hag is not particularly nice, and no one wants to join up with them when you also have the hag, which is sort of the difficulty that people find themselves in here.
She's a jealous lover.
Pretty much. Pretty much. Oh, and the one, attacked by spirit with craft 4.
Oh no. Whatever will Brahms do?
Brahms just looks at it. All he needs to do is roll a 7. Oh. That's the end of the Crag
I'm
spirit.
surprised it didn't give auto win.
Well, let me think. Actually, you could have been a standoff.
Yeah.
Brahms rolls a 1, they roll 6.
Fair enough.
You know, statistically. Now, Shadowed Mage, of course, could go and try to get his fate replenished. You go to the chapel and try to get some healing. And does so. So he's got more fate as a dwarf. How much fate do you start with? Do you start with 5?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, he has a lot of fate. I think as much as the monk, which was 5.
That's a lot. I guess you're not ballin' then. Hey-oh! Oh, sorry. Unfortunately, too soon. Blizzard. So, only move 1 space per turn. Poltergeist for everybody, basically. Could work to Brahms' favor if he wants to hit up that portal, because he could get there now easily. And a 4 teleports into Warlock's Cave. That gets him into the middle region, also gets him a shot at a Talisman. Though he does not have to do so if he doesn't wish, but this would give him a chance to get a quest for a Talisman.
I'm trying to remember which expansion it is that gives you Warlock quest cards instead of having to do the roll a die.
Right. I'm trying to remember if it is like just the first Talisman expansion. Alright, so right now we've got a discard a magic object, which is not great. Or he could re-roll to try to get something else. I mean, truthfully, what Brahms wants here is he wants 3 in the worst way. Because if he gets discard a follower, here, have a hag. I mean,
giving up the cross is not a horrible option. Though.
Not a terrible option. I mean, frankly, even the Potion of Strength is a one-use only
That's what I was
thing.
looking at. Yeah, either of those was what I was looking at.
Who needs that rune sword, really? I think, you know.
Oh, I'm sorry. He was fine. He was laying there. I'm sorry.
And there's the Canadian.
All right.
No, he's settled, it looks like.
Oh, family stuff.
Well, he was, see, he's been doing...
We're fucking around sometimes! Jesus, he's settled. Why the fucking wait?
He was right there. No, he wasn't.
I sense Talisman disagreement.
No, wife was talking at me.
Ooh.
And
The
he's
Holy Lance.
on the line with it, too.
Yep. That's a good thing for Shadow to have. He can do it, too. And there is a dragon on the board.
Okay, I'll be right back. I need a quick break. My
problem.
son's managed to, you know, go to the bathroom through all his stuff, so
No
I'll
problem.
be right back.
I've been there. I know the feeling.
What?
Brahms has a young, has a child about a little bit older than Kaylin. So, yep, he's like, the heck with his sword.
What happened to it? What happened?
I think his son had an accident, so he's going to take care of that.
What accident?
bathroom accident? I don't know.
You have 2 spells left to cast this turn that you can't actually cast. Good luck with that.
I know. Oh man, the abuse on those first couple of editions. Getting the wand and just spell spraying it up. Spell, 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 spell.
Don't tell me.
This is Muffin. By the way, Muffin, at the end of this, don't immediately end your turn
Yeah.
once you're done, because, yeah.
I'm kind of taking my time on stuff right now. So...
A
There's a
bear.
burr.
Ferocious bear is running amok.
Bear, 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 bear.
Let's see if the elf has any better luck against this animal.
I mean, the game has a sense of humor, so... The elf is like, I fought worse than you, and better!
Oh.
The bear is like, oh, the guys will never let me live this down.
Look, it's the small creatures.
Right.
As they get larger, they're easier to hit.
Exactly, yeah. I predict a loss. I know, Black Belt. I was going to do the same thing, but... Even a blind elf finds a squirrel, so to speak. How you doing on those trophies? You have enough to trade anything in yet?
Yes.
He does have enough to trade in trophies. It's like it's been a long and winding road.
It's what, 6 total strength or 7?
7.
Okay, so I'm gonna have a bleed of 1.
Still worth it, I think.
Yep.
All right, and Muffin is going to wait on that until Brahms returns. And we're going to take a look and see what we've got here. So if we look quickly at the board here and sort of see position and everything else, Muffin right now, in terms of objects and spells, has definitely got an advantage on the other guys. Got a magic belt, got the armor, got a talisman, got a water bottle and a shield. The mule has got the princess, has got the amulet, has got 6 gold and a couple of spells. So in that regard, Muffin has definitely got the lead. However, statistically, Muffin is lagging behind the other guys. Brahms, of course, on the craft side, who has got some epic items himself with the ring, the rune sword, the cross, and a talisman of his own. That hag is going to hold him back a little bit, though, and he has no gold to work with. The other thing about Muffin, of course, is he's got no fate, which is an issue as well. And then you got Shadowed Mage, who has got a somewhat more balanced character, the best balanced character in the game right now, but has got 3 lives only, does not have a talisman, has a Holy Grail and the Holy Lance. You're beginning to see a pattern here. But in terms of followers, the Gnome is redundant, the Alchemist is okay. So I would say probably, given the situation as it sort of plays out, Brahms has got the lead here. But I wouldn't say it's a slam dunk by any means. And actually, Muffin is not in terrible shape either if he can just kind of get things squared away statistically. So it's pretty close. What's up, Zergy?
For that maiden.
What is?
Yeah, that maiden will definitely push this one way or the other.
What is that? Steps forth from the shadows.
That's one of our guys. Dwarves make the best clerics,
Why
yes.
does it say steps forth from the shadows?
Because he typed it in that way. He did like /me, which allows him to type in like things like twirls around, waves his hand over his head, stuff like that.
Steps forth from the shadows. Hi.
I am Zergy. Hashtag Hag Lives Matter, yeah. Shadowed Mage waves at center. Ah, all right.
Right,
Oh, the elf is taking. Oh no, the elf is taking over.
Arvid L.
Yep.
Wait.
Computer takes over if you take too long.
Yeah. So So that means Brahms is now in place. I guess that just means at the very end you have to but I mean, it
Yeah,
immediately
the
gives
last
you control
possible
back.
moment,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. You landed that IRL,
Oh.
yeah. All right, so we're waiting here on Brahms.
Dead, right? Arvid L. Run. Cinna.
I have returned.
Waves at
Oh, good timing.
And who?
Shadow Mage.
Okay, so Brahms is returned, having taken care of his son, and now enters the marsh, where his strength is less than 5 and he must miss a turn. He will not be draining the swamp here. All right.
All right, I will take this quick break to use the bathroom.
All right. That leads us to our good friend Shadow. Don't forget to end turn. All right, so Shadowed Mage has got some decisions to make here. Could head over to the graveyard, although he's already been there, so it may not be that much benefit. Or he can go to the Mystic, where he could, if he wishes, get an axe, which would allow him to create a raft in the woods, which would let him get into the middle region if that's where he's inclined to go. What's up, Dragosphere? That's true. Not only is Shadowed representing... I really should have made Brahms represent all of Canada and made Shadowed represent the mods. That would have been a better idea.
Yes, that would have been.
Oh,
All right, so Shadowed, I think, is getting himself healed up here.
Yeah.
And he's back up to 5 lives. And that brings us on to Muffin.
oh, the blizzard's gone. I was hoping for one more turn.
More Blizzard!
Well, still what I was hoping for.
Oh, wow. Muffin shows up with those model good looks. The maiden's like, certainly I would accompany you. You seem like a fine fellow who has never lost in combat to insignificant creature. Excellent, follow me.
Look, I've got a princess and a maiden. The model thing's working out for me pretty well.
No, I know it. I know it. Like I said, you are the Justin Timberlake of Talisman.
I don't know if Brahms is back, so I'm gonna hang on for a second.
Right, exactly, Dragon. Brahms has actually got a turn missed anyway, so you don't have to worry about that.
So, okay.
Because he's in the marsh. So it's now Shadowed Mage. The big old one.
So it's pretty much like the blizzard still going for both of us.
Pretty much. And now the Shadowed Mage has found the guide. He's like, follow me. I shall bring you safely through many places. Shadowed Mage is like, excellent, future vampire's tower fodder. Like, what? Nothing?
Not what I was thinking at all.
No, I'm sure you were entirely reputable in your thoughts.
Oh, of course. Okay, so Muffin could go to the city. He's got a ton of money, so he could go to the city. This is where you go with a ton of money. I have it on good authority. Or he could return to his safe place of the woods.
Yeah, the city expansion is actually really cool with all the different shops you can visit.
I had a chance to try that a few days ago. It is really cool. Did I ever tell you guys that I randomly met the creator of the city expansion at Worldcon years ago?
Yeah, you mentioned it on one of the other Talisman streams.
Yep. Just randomly. Just guy, he's like, oh yeah, I made this. I was like, you what? Yeah, the evil toad is gone.
Gotta go for the gamble. Because I don't need more gold.
True. No question about it. However, alright, got a strength. It worked
There
out.
you go.
The gamble worked.
That works.
Now he's statting up nicely.
Yep. Big concern for Muffin right now is his fate situation.
Uh-oh.
Alright, now we have Brahms,
Yay.
who is back with us. And has a chance to go to the Oasis or the Cursed Glade.
Go there.
You met a
That's
pro
so
wrestler
cool.
outside a bathroom once? Which pro wrestler?
Go there. I think that's most interesting.
Well, the Cursed Glade, you can't use any objects. Or any spells or any followers. So it's a little rough.
Okay, don't go there. Yeah.
The Oasis, you can actually get 2 cards. Bag of gold and... Ah. First you must battle the bandit. Who ironically is guarding some gold. Wow. The monk is like, step off.
I want the gold.
Yep. Brahms David Carradine's this guy. Alright. Brahms has finally left the poverty level. There was a large Samoan man named Rosie. He had a superhero gimmick.
My only interesting story like that is I peed next to Danny Glover.
You know what? As someone who was a little freaked out by the movie Witness, I'm not sure that I'd feel good about peeing next to Danny Glover. I'm telling you right now. We all remember that scene. There are two scenes. That's because I was taking so long. Now I'm finally done eating, Jedi. But there are two scenes, honestly, in that movie that are... There's that scene in the bathroom, and there's the scene in the silo, which is... that freaked me out as a kid. It really did.
It's a ghost. Spooky.
But yeah, that's pretty cool, though. Glover's a good guy. Okay. No? Okay. All right, so now Muffin could head over to the portal if he wishes, and could try to get out of this and leave this life behind. Oh, I didn't know that, really, Black Belt. And the portal's like, you want to go back here, right? You belong to the city.
You know what? Let's go again.
We built this city on making Toads built this city. Oh, okay.
And I gain a craft.
Wow. Speaking of statting up.
We built this.
All right, Brahms thinking about what he wants to do. Clearly not go back to the marsh. Ah, the fabled Book of Spells. And for Brahms, that's going to work out real well for him. He's got 3 spells coming his way now. How about I actually open the right one? There we go. He had no spells before this, but now he's got the spells covered.
Sometimes when I've played this with my friends, we've had a house rule that if your craft hits 10, you get 4 spells.
Wow. I can see that as a reasonable house rule. I don't know if you guys saw, but I think it was Nomad Games tweeted a picture of Ian Livingstone and Steve Jackson playing the prototype of Talisman in like 82 or 83. And like the prototype board and the whole business. It was cool, yeah.
That's cool.
And all of them have froze. Like pretty much all of them are froze. have froze. But yeah. Oh, the demon.
Yeah, definitely.
The demon is like, I have appeared. The demon's like, you, Shadow Mage. You. You're like,
6.
Sudoku?
5.
Oh, look at that.
Oh.
The demon's like, I don't know that Sudoku. You're like, that's right.
Nice.
I better take that.
Yeah, I know. I think you should take that and run.
So time to figure out another way to get into the center.
I know, right? Oh, check it out. Check it out, y'all. Pool of life.
go.
Little Muffin dives in again. 5 lives.
And that was the first time.
These guys are all again statted up pretty well.
Oh, the big amazing door.
Yep.
Go in.
Brahms could go to there and pick up a card if he wanted, or he could go back to the Oasis. He won't be able to go through the door this turn because he doesn't have enough to move there, but...
Pick a card.
And he finds a bag of gold. Thunk.
Right on the doorstep.
Yeah, I'm falling a little behind. I would say that I'm going to have trouble winning this game, Thorg. I don't feel confident about it.
Right on the doorstep,
want-
he just picks up the gold.
Oh,
Just
one.
piece of gold. I have seen people pick up talismans on the
You
Portal of
should still
Power.
be able to go. You just have to beat the guy.
You can go into the middle. Yeah, you can select it, Shadow. You just have to beat him on the way.
No, I wanted a 1 to get to the dragon.
Oh,
I wasn't
yes.
sure what you wanted. Was the wizard or the dragon?
Oh, I see. Yeah.
I'm
Well,
still
listen.
being
Instead, you can go to the
beneficial
village
wizard.
instead, which is exciting. You can go to the crags. It's your home. It's your place. You can return to the Iron Hills, man.
The Craigs does nothing for me.
Listen, is it about home doing something for you, or is it about reconnecting with your roots?
There's only 2 out of 6 things at the Mystic. It's one actually, even then, I'll actually need one.
Just thinking about it. Just thinking about it.
You know what?
Battle the Sentinel. Not
Oh,
gonna
no.
do it this time.
Well, you have the fate.
Sentinel says.
Yeah. Yep.
Accept
Yeah,
your
Didn't
death.
quite, but
Wow.
None shall pass. What none shall pass. But I must pass into the middle region, good Sir Knight. Then you shall die. Who is leading? I would say you'd have to say Brahms at the moment is leading because he's got 9 craft, he's in the middle region, and has got a talisman. And 3 spells. He has a hag, so he's got some limitations on the followers, but I would say that positionally Brahms is probably in the lead right now. And you know, I could see Brahms making a run here soon. Here we go. We're gonna see what happens here. Yep. He's gonna try it. He's gonna try to go into the portal of power by using presumably craft, which means he needs a 9 or less to get into that middle region. I mean to that inner region. And he gets a 7. He is through. And in goes Brahms. Brahms is now in the inner region. We have our first inner region breach. And he's got some spells. This is where he cast the Destroy Door Behind Me spell.
there you go. There's your one.
There it is. Dragon time.
Eat land, dragon.
All right, the dragon is like, I didn't fool. And of course, the good thing about this from him is that he can immediately, literally, like, just turn around behind him and chuck it in the cart and get 1 strength. Just, here you go. Strength. Kapow.
Okay, I got an achievement for that.
For defeating the dragon?
With the
Oh, with the Holy Lance? Yeah.
Yeah.
saw that one earlier.
7, 7, and 4. Shadow Mage in good spots here.
Decent. Yeah, you're in good shape.
Ah, what have we got here? Muffin could have a Hex
Talisman, though.
or Destruction.
Nope. I got a free travel.
Oh, that's right. He teleported. And he's going to the magic portal. And he's clearly going to roll... Oh, a 2.
To the village.
And he has no fate. Unfortunately, this is that no fate thing. But the good news is he could try to go and... I don't think he can restore the fate with the Mystic, but he has a ton of gold, so he could actually make an axe here. He could get an axe, which would allow him to make a raft. And that would allow him to get into the middle region,
Yes.
so that's a possibility too.
Axe's goal.
There you go. All right, here we go. Brahms continuing his inner region journey. Now, he's going to be doing this. Presumably, he's going to be going the mines route with craft. And the temporal warp.
No!
That's a clutch way to pull that spell out. Wow. This could be huge, folks. Brahms could really pull this off. Now, part of this is going to depend on how things go in the mines for him. But that is a good quality roll here. So he needs a 9 or less with a roll of 3. And he does have 3 fate, which gives him a little bit of a benefit. He right now has got a 10, so he's got to roll one of those 4s and drop it a little bit. Oh, that is the wrong direction. That means that he's going to find himself, I believe, at the Portal of Power. Fortunately, though, because of the temporal warp, that doesn't necessarily lose him too much time. He can get back in there after first looking at the prince, which he can't take, I think, because of the hag.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Hilness?
In there.
There we go. He's going to try to use craft again. Again, he needs a 9 or less on 2 dice to be able to do it. He does just get it. That's enough. That gets him in. And so now we're going to see what he can... He's going to try to do that mines again. I think he's got one more turn that he's got here. If I'm not mistaken. Yep, he's got one more turn. He's going to try those mines one more time. One more time. All right, needs to roll again 9 or less on a 3. Oh, okay. Now he's in good shape if he can get that 6 down. He needs to get that 6 down. There you go, and he does so. All right, he successfully gets through the mines. We have a serious situation. Now, he could get slowed down by the Vampire's Tower. He could obviously get slowed down by the Pit Fiends. But now the die is cast. These guys are going to have to speed things up faster than they wanted to. Because Brahms is definitely taking the lead now.
I can definitely say Brahms is winning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Little Arf has called the fact that she also believes Brahms is winning at this point. So that's bad news for those of you who are not named Brahms.
Talisman, no.
Just beat up the elf. Don't dwarves hate the elves? Just throw that out there.
Oof.
Good roll. He just needs a 3 through 6. Gets a 5. He gets past him. All right, he does it. Defeats the Sentinel and gets into the middle region. That was clutch. He needed that. Now, of course, Shadowed has had the experience of coming from behind when Dragon was doing it to him on the inner region there. Dragon was trying to cast those command spells, but as the troll, Shadowed Mage managed to get into the inner region, get up to the Crown of Command, and wrest control from Dragon Spear. So this has been done before. Shadowed is familiar with this experience. Healer. Not as useful at this point as it might have been earlier on, unfortunately. What's up, Light and Passion? Good morning. Good evening for us. Good morning for you. All right, the Vampire's Tower. Now the question is... Now, again, Brahms has got one life that he can give away with this hag. So the question now is, how many lives is he going to lose from this Vampire's Tower? And it's 1, and he can just throw the hag into the Vampire's waiting arms and be done with it. Yep, there it is. And that's going to take care of that. That gets through the Vampire's Tower. The hag finally actually earns her keep. And that means he's only got the Pit Fiends that he's got to worry about. Shadowed is running like mad towards the Portal of Power. Save yourselves! There we go. He's had his hand forced. This is earlier than he would have wanted to do it under normal circumstances. But unfortunately, he doesn't have a lot of options at this point. Hag and Vampire sitting in a tree. K-I-S-S-I-N-G. Exactly. Oh, he's going to pick up the castle first. All right, he wants his lives up to maximum because he knows that once Brahms hits the Crown of Command, he can no longer heal lives. So as a consequence, he wants to get his lives up as far as he possibly can before that moment. Meanwhile, Muffin is like, please, please, get me to a forest so I can make a raft.
I have to go back.
Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing you can do about it.
Let's go Mystic, because no real need for anything else.
Gain a craft. All right, could be worse. This game has been quick. Yeah, we got started about 8:30 is when the game actually really got underway. And so the game's been moving quickly indeed. All right, Brahms now heading to the Pit Fiends. Now we're going to see. Now, of course, here the other players are rooting for a high number of Pit Fiends here. Even though Brahms should be able to have no problem getting rid of these Pit Fiends. 2. That is not a large number. That's not good for everybody else. So now he's got to defeat 2 Pit Fiends. And with a 8 versus the Pit Fiend 4. Not looking good for the Pit Fiends. Alright, and the second Pit Fiend. Yep. Big old 4. And the Pit Fiend does not get it done. Alright, Brahms has navigated the inner region with relative ease and is about to enter the Valley of Fire.
does he win?
No, then he starts casting command spells. And if he rolls a 4, 5, or 6, the command spell works. And then he's able to, that means that everyone else loses a life.
What's limiter?
A lemur, it's, or a lemur, I guess is how it'd be pronounced here. They're just spirits, which Shadow Mage shouldn't have any difficulty with, although I don't entirely know why he's battling it out with spirits. When his path to salvation rests in the inner region.
I have to get a
He's got to
talisman.
get a talisman.
Oh, you don't have a talisman yet? Oh, never mind.
No.
I take that back. His path to salvation lies with the talisman. Meanwhile, someone who has no problem with the talisman, he just can't get to the middle region.
To the tavern, because it's the only option.
Yep. Pretty much hoping for a 6. And he gets
Got a
the
6.
6. He does get the 6. All right, that's good. That was clutch. He needed that. All right, now Brahms moves on to the Valley of Fire. And actually, you know, Little Muffin and Shadow Mage could have been in a much worse position life-wise. So there's at least that working in their favor. Oh, shadowed with a 1.
I don't want to use my fate yet. Just in case.
Yep. Gets a bag of gold. Did you have a water bottle? Oh, you have the Holy Grail. Doesn't matter, yeah. Alright, here's Muffin who gets to go to the temple. He's going to have to fight a ghost, but he'll take that. Should not be a problem.
Hooray.
Alright, he defeats the ghost. Rolls a 4, which means he loses a follower unless he wants to and he has no fate, so he's going to have to deal with that. So, probably the safest play here is going to be to lose either the princess or the mule, and it's probably the princess, because of the overall effectiveness of this. Down goes the princess, and now Brahms moves to the center. Not sure, Dragon. I got to get my daughter to bed, and I am flying out tomorrow to Seattle, so we will see. Not 100% sure. All right, here comes the command spell. Now he's going to cast the command spell.
Roll bad, roll bad.
4, 5, or 6.
No.
Ultimate power! All right. So, Muffin's got some trick up his sleeve. No, he doesn't.
Apparently not, because it can't actually cast it.
All right, down they all go. Shadowed Mage desperately trying to get a talisman. Get me to the Warlock's Cave! Oh, yeah, Dragon. I'm feeling... Yes, yes. Yeah, thankfully. Yes. Yeah, finally. All characters in this region must miss their next turn. Not what Muffin and Shadowed needed here. Not what Muffin and Shadowed needed. 2 chances for Brahms to rain death and destruction down upon them with the command spell. Wow. Yes, yeah, I started gaining some weight back. Centivine is now rooting for Brahms. And let's see what he gets. Ultimate power! Wow, the command spell this time is not messing around. There is no misfire on this. There's preservation. Muffin does preserve him. It means he doesn't lose a life that time because he had preservation. However, Shadowed Mage has no such benefit.
Nay.
Of course, it's just right back around to Brahms.
Yep.
Dad, how do you win?
If you were the last one standing. And so Muffin is... no, Muffin had missed a turn already. So Muffin is basically got to get to... Muffin, their only chance is to try to get to that inner region. Sorcerer will sell sell spells at the price of 1 gold per spell. Could be useful under certain contexts. Okay. And now Brahms, who will again cast his spell. There we go. Ultimate power! It's worked every single time.
Dice.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, 6 every time.
Yeah, Brahms is not joking around with this spell. Little Muffin loses a life. Shadowed Mage is down to 2 lives. Shadowed Mage desperately needs a talisman now.
Last time I couldn't roll past a 2 to save my life.
Yep.
3 6s in a row. What is this?
Yeah, I know. It's been crazy. Up, he's finally. He goes running to the Warlock. Help me!
Sprint, man.
All right, bring me. Yes. Let's see what he's got. Kill 1 enemy. Okay, that's not that bad. You just need to find an enemy to kill. And you need to do it in 2 turns. Oh, discard 1 follower. Okay.
That's.
Yep, I wonder who's going.
Oh no.
But wait, Master, I can have. And Shadowed Mage has the talisman, but will it be in time? All right, Muffin.
Unlikely.
Muffin is like, get me to that inner region right now. Looks like we're heading towards another game where everyone is in the inner region, though. No one has been blown out in this game. Brahms is using a Lady Luck manipulator, yeah.
I gotta go for the higher number.
Yep, got to go with Craft, and he does get into the inner region. All right, Muffin is in the inner region. His magical mystery rise to his run to glory. All right, here we go. Brahms going to try to level down. Can he make this thing work 4 times in a row? 4 times
it's a
in a
6
row.
again, I swear.
Does not work. Although we could re-roll it. Oh, ultimate power! That was his last fate, but it was a good use of it here. Now he's brought them to the brink. Little Muffin at 2, Shadowed Mage at 1. Shadowed Mage is like, I finally got my talisman, run! Looking at the sky fearfully as like lightning rains down. Alright, so now it's Shadowed Mage's turn. Gotta get this done somehow. Got the big old 5.
Good old 5.
Okay. Drawing a card, a Spectre.
Easy enough.
Yep. Though it would be ironic if you were to lose the... No, but that will not happen. It would be ironic, but... Yeah. But does not. The Barrowite will not end him this day. Alright, Muffin is going to try to go to the mines. And we're going to see whether he can do it. He's going to need to get an 8 or less on 3 dice. Not tremendous odds, but... He definitely has an outside shot. The problem is the lack of fate, so we'll see what happens. He gets a 9. Oh, so close, but unfortunately that means that he's going to go right back to the plane of peril. Yep.
Could have been worse.
Could have been worse. And here's Brahms. If he gets this through, it means Shadowed Mage is going to be out.
Yeah. This is a decisive turn.
Yeah.
Yep.
Get it?
Senna does not want either Shattered or myself to win.
Oh, no. Ultimate power!
Finally got the talisman.
Down
I am
goes
so
Shadowed
sorry.
Mage, unfortunately. Little Muffin with 1 life to live. Shadowed Mage, who fought valiantly, but drops to the ground in death. Looking pretty good for Brahms here. Good game, Shadowed. Good game. That leads us to Little Muffin. And Little Muffin's only chance is to get this here and then get a lot of luck. Now, if he can get to Brahms, he does, because of his strength, have an advantage on Brahms. But the problem is he's so many spaces away. So, and also that Brahms has to end his turn. But otherwise, he... All right, the mines.
That might help, yeah.
But Brahms has the effect of adding his base crack to his...
On an attack, yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. 9. Not enough. Again, that lack of fate is killing Muffin, and it's going to put him back here. All right, here we go. Here's Brahms. We'll see.
Brahms! Oh, Brahms!
Unless Muffin's going to cast a spell. Destroy self.
Brahms!
All right, let's see if Brahms is going to pull it out.
Brahms!
Brahms is going to cast the Crown of Command spell. So far, he's succeeded on every single one of these. Even when he failed, he rolled it again with fate. Let's see what he needs. 4, 5, or 6. And let's see it. Does not work. Little Muffin survives another turn. All right. Muffin's got to get into those mines.
He's got to get through those mines, not into them.
He's got to. Yeah, it's true. He's got to get into them and out of them on the right side this time. Okay. Needs an 8. Oh, no! The 14. That's going to bring him back to the tavern. I think appropriately, he's going to end his life drinking away his sorrows in a tavern. Guys, I could have been a contender, and please tell me that you get drunk and collapse. Oh, you can go back to the temple. Oh, wow. He's like, you want to go back to the temple? He's like, it doesn't matter, bro. It doesn't matter. All right, here we go. Brahms with another shot.
Come on, Brahms!
Here we go. Command spell. Wait for it. Wait for it. And he's going to roll a 6. Ultimate power!
Wow.
And with a 6.
So it's an apt end.
It is an apt end. And with the 6, the winner and Arvisman is indeed Brahms. Brahms is the winner. He is the Arvisman. Congratulations to the contestants. Congratulations to Shadowed Mage. Congratulations to Little Muffin on a valiant effort, but Brahms pulled this out. He became an evil toad during this competition, and eventually he managed to do it. And so because his son gave him the ability to play this game, Brahms is the victor. Brahms, your thoughts on your glorious victory tonight?
I'm just incredibly happy that he mostly slept. He only woke up like twice, which is great.
And you do not have all of the season pass, et cetera, right, Brahms?
I do not. I'm also very grateful for my wife for actually, taking over for watching him so I could do this.
Well, tell her that through her you were able to win for not just you but for all of Canada and fathers everywhere. And so Brahms is in fact the Arvisman. He has won a copy of the season pass. He has won a copy of the Horus Heresy, and is the Arvisman, and he has earned the right to in chat declare himself the greatest Talisman player in the world, all except for Arv, who's won the tournament twice. But otherwise, glorious one way or the other. There are some people who are talking about weighted dice, loaded dice. I call cheats, glorious cheats. But great job, Brahms and Shadowed Muffin. It was a tough fight, tough game, but it was really neck and neck there for a while. Honestly, it was only at the very end that things started to get kind of, that you guys were sort of on retreat, basically. Good night, Fender.
Congratulations, Brahms.
Yeah. Congratulations, Brahms. He says.
I did not.
Oh man, congratulations, Brahms. Good stuff, man.
Thanks, guys.
I will send you, and Brahms, obviously we are Steam friends, so I will send you all of the things, all of the talisman things, as soon as I can. Actually, what would be helpful is if you could just tell me quickly in Discord, just send me a message in Discord, like a PM, letting me know what stuff you already have, just so I know what not to send you. That would be that would be good.
Mr. Man.
Yeah.
No one.
I think Senna just cursed Muffin. No, she claims she did not curse Muffin. That was the way it is. There you go. I'll get you next time, Captain Brahms. Well, congratulations, man. Gentlemen, I'm going to let you go, and I will wrap up here. But great job tonight. Congratulations on reaching the finals.
Yes, sir.
And we will do this again at some point down the line. But Muffin, Shadow, Brahms, good job tonight, guys.
Thanks very much, guys. It was a good game.
Good game. I'll catch you guys soon, and goodbye
night.
for now. Bye-bye. Okay. All right, guys. That is going to do it for our winner today. Good stuff today out of Brahms, and congratulations to him on the win. Now I'm going to quit. There we go. All right, guys. Well, that was good stuff. And my webcam did not desync the whole time. My webcam did not desync. My webcam is fixed. It's in the 3.0 port. It should not have to be in this port, but I don't even care. It works. It's fine. It's great. Awesome. I still don't know whether it's going to work with the Elgato. We'll have to worry about that desync problem later, but I'm going to put this child of mine to bed. And we are going to do a raid, I believe, today. But I do want to remind everybody that probably no stream tomorrow because I'm going to be traveling. I will be streaming when I'm on the road, however. Most of the time, I'll be able to do my normal streams, including on Tuesday when I'll be doing Lionheart, and also some creative streams here and there will be getting done as well. So make sure that you keep posted to Twitter and all that kind of good stuff for more information about that. If you like what you saw and heard, of course, please make sure to follow. Please support the channel by following, by checking out the Steam group with Steam Group, !ArvTube for YouTube, !Discord for the Discord, and of course, !ArvTreon, not towards her, but that thing, which is sitting at 453.04. Again, the higher that goes, the more we're able to do for the channel, and so please consider that if you're able to support it as well. Brahms, thanks you for the support, by the way.
You are welcome.
And yeah, but it was great fun tonight, guys, and a lot of fun coming up too. A lot of D&D, a lot of Fighting Fantasy Gamebook play. Looking forward to getting back into Lunar Silver Star Story and stuff like that I'll be able to do on the road. So that's going to be good times. I'm looking forward to it. But I'm going to be in Seattle as of tomorrow night, and I'll be out there for a few weeks. Then I'll be coming back into Boston. So again, keep posted on things. New news coming in soon, by the way, on information about stuff relating to Greyshade and to Icarus, the next book in the Icarus series, which is going to be pretty cool and exciting and fun. And I'm looking forward to finding out more about that. Okay, we are going to do a raid here, and the way that we do raids here is very simple. That is, we do the Arvanauts Have Landed, followed by Twitch, lowercase Twitch, uppercase raid. The key is to wait to do this, though, until you hear my audio outro. Okay, so please don't do it until you hear my audio outro, and then you can let that fall like a mighty stream. So let's see who we've actually got here to raid tonight. We're going to raid it tonight. We're going to jazz it up and have us a ball. We're going to raid it tonight. The more we raid it, then the harder they fall. Well, we began it, and we're the ones to stop it once and for all. Tonight. Let's see. I'm gonna raid it tonight. I'm trying to think about the person to do.
Look, that one is a little
Gonna raid
off.
it tonight. It's gonna make it happen for you.
That one's a little off. That was way off.
Which is off? What do you mean?
No, never mind. But the one you just took off was really off.
Off like how?
It's like when I was doing this.
Oh, it wasn't connected like that? Yeah, that's probably because yeah, I understand why I was doing that. I understand why. Okay, let's see. I think I know who we're going to raid today.
What does that mean?
It means someone that we're going to actually send people to the channel to do. Okay, so I think I know who it's going to be. Let me just pop this up and make sure that we got this here. Hang on a second. No, they don't. And don't say anything because I'm going to let them know when it's time to raid. I'm going to be like, haha. Okay, there we go. All right, so, make sure to wait until you hear my audio outro, and then you can let this drop, as I said, like a mighty stream. I want to thank everyone who made this an awesome cast tonight. Thanks again to my wonderful mods. Thank you to Dragonspear, to Shadowed Mage, to Shattermage, and to Thorg. And again, Shadowed Mage, sorry, man, but congratulations on a well-fought game, semifinal and final. Sorry it didn't work out this time, but good job, man. Thank you to my regulars. Thank you to Azia Broxy. Thank you to Black Belt, to Brahms. Again, congratulations, Brahms, on being the new Arvisman. Congratulations on winning the tournament. Thank you to Dark Wolf, to Determinologies, to Dragonright, to ECAG. Thank you to Fagwent, Jagtris, Jedi Knight, Kuno, Light and Passion. Thank you to Maki Machine. I don't know if I've seen you in here before, Maki Machine. I hope you like what you saw and heard and will consider following. Thank you to Maritzi. What's up, Maritzi? Thank you to Mano, of course. Oh, wait. I completely forgot. Wait, don't go anywhere. I completely forgot Nonstop's character background, which I have to read him. So don't go anywhere yet. We're not raiding yet. We are not raiding yet. I forgot I have to read Nonstop's character background. Then we will raid. But I'm going to say goodbye to everyone now anyway, just so that I can make sure I get this out. Thank you to PKD Fan, Trendane, Uncle Elias, Varney, and Zergy Starkus. Thanks, you guys. Okay, now, Nonstop, are you in chat? I need Nonstop to be in chat. Nonstop, are you here? Are you here, Nonstop? Nonstop. Nonstop. Are you here, Nonstop? Nonstop, I need you in here. I forgot that I need to read you your... I got your character background. Are you here? Nonstop. I call Nonstop.
Nonstop.
Yeah, he's there. Okay.
Yay.
All right, Nonstop. Are you ready for your character background, sir? Are you prepared? Now, let me also explain to everybody, by the way, that this is actually based on... this character is based on a system which Nonstop told me about. Nonstop, do you want to tell them what the system is? Just tell them what the name of the... Do you want to tell them just what the name of the system is all? Some of you will already be familiar with it, I think. Yeah, it's the Anima Beyond Fantasy system. So this is actually as anime as I've ever had to do for a character background. So it's kind of, and it was an interesting sort of experience doing something like that. And so, yes. So, all right, here we go, guys. Sorry about that. I apologize. It's not Anima Beyond. Okay. This is the background for Nonstop's character. The name of this character is Sigma, who is a weapon master. And here we go. A riot of colors swirled in Lord Alec Tan's vision as he stood at the railing, gazing out at the Garden of Peace. There were 5 Orin birds in the garden, swooping ceaselessly back and forth through the sky as he watched. Always 5. Red, green, blue, orange, and yellow. For decades there had been 2 additional colors, black and white, but Alec's father, Sanistan, had ordered the black and white ones slaughtered when he had taken power. Our rule embraces all possibilities, he had told his appalled advisors. Good and evil, like white and black, are from the past, and will stay there. No amount of persuasion had convinced Sanis to change his mind. Alec sighed heavily as he let his vision drop below the level of the bird's flight to the lush green of the garden below. Father had never changed his mind about anything. For his entire rule, as long as it was polarizing, Sanis had declared what he wanted to do, and then done it, regardless of the consequences. It had made him his share of enemies, of course, but Sanis's sheer brazenness in pursuing his agenda had won him enough respect, or fear, to keep him in power. But I am not my father, Alec thought, watching 2 of the Imperial Guards in their dark red armor, katanas at their belts, pass each other on the main path bisecting the garden, their gait stiff and regimented as they walked on. Alec was never as sure, never as certain of the path forward. Even as a child, his prevailing feeling had been ambivalence. Someday you will need to make difficult decisions, his father had warned him. Think carefully, but when the decision has been made, do not sway from the course you have set for yourself. The people will expect you to lead, not follow. Do not let them down. It had sounded easy enough. Weigh the options, choose the most logical one, and stick with it. Yet Alec had discovered soon after his investiture that most of the time, all of the options were equally logical, or equally illogical. Someone would always be hurt, someone always angry, all sides both right and wrong. No clear choices, no black and white. That was the problem. Alec looked out over the walls of the garden towards the horizon beyond the palace, where the mountains rose dark and foreboding in the distance. He had wondered more than once what it would be like to just walk out, just leave the palace and his empire behind, give it all up for a life of peace, anonymity, and freedom for the chains of rule. Yet he never had the strength to try. Someday this might all make sense, he thought, though it wasn't clear how. So he just drifted on from day to day, making decisions only when he had to, engaging in the bare minimum of imperial affairs, and escaping here every chance he could to take in the beautiful colors, sounds, and smells of the Garden of Peace. Here, just briefly, he could forget. Behind him a knock sounded quietly, and he turned to see 2 men enter the room. The first, his personal guard, Casprin, had a strained expression on his usually placid face, dark eyebrows gathered into a furrow, something like annoyance. The other man was unfamiliar, medium height, dark hair, dressed in a brown cloak with its hood thrown back. The two men stopped a respectful distance from Alec, and Casprin immediately bent to one knee. Several seconds passed before the cloaked man, rather uncomfortably, repeated the gesture. "My lord," Casprin said, "I'm sorry to have disturbed your repose." "You haven't," Alec replied. "There is little rest in me tonight. Who is this?" Casprin flashed an annoyed look at his companions. "This, my lord, is a man who insisted upon seeing you. I would have forbade it, but he bears a letter of introduction from the Minister of Grace herself, and I thought you should at least decide what you wish to do for yourself." Alec suppressed a snort of annoyance. More unclear choices. The Minister of Grace had no real power, no army, no skill with magic, no real constituency, yet enormous symbolic weight and a willingness to use it. More than once Alec had considered ignoring her edicts entirely, dare her to enforce her ludicrous demands. But to do so would have invited controversy, and he had no desire for more conflict with her, or the people who would greet defiance of her wishes with horror and anger. So he nodded and smiled and did as little of what she wanted from him as possible. The result had been unsatisfying. He was far more accepting of her than his father had ever been, yet her attitude towards him seemed to be barely concealed scorn rather than gratitude. "You've read the letter, I take it, Casprin?" "Of course, my lord," Casprin replied with a nod. "It asks you only to give this person an audience." Sanistan had paid no more attention to his guards than he had his advisors, but there, too, Alec was different. Casprin was not only his personal guard, but his closest advisor, confident, certain, and loyal. And where Alec could feel the scorn of most of his guards, or at least a general respect, if not disloyalty, Casprin never gave anything but calm and steady service. So Alec had given him full license to read material intended for him, despite the minor scandal such a decision had created with the rest of his advisors. "I'll take advice from those I can trust," Alec thought. "The rest can keep their derision to themselves." Alec nodded. "All right, then. Speak your piece, stranger." The man rose and stood straight, eyes level with Alec's, and held his gaze for longer than was strictly appropriate. "I come to ask your indulgence," the man said. "I require some answers." Alec blinked. "Answers about what?" "Your intentions. I would know what you plan to do with the Outer Isles." "Before I do that," Alec replied, choosing his words carefully, "I would know with whom I speak." "My name is not important." Casprin shifted uncomfortably. He said nothing, but Alec could feel his anger at the stranger's breach of etiquette. "It is important," Alec said, "because I have asked for it." There was a long, sullen silence. "Sigma," the man finally said. "That's all? Sigma?" "Sigma." Alec shrugged. "Well, Sigma, my answer is that I have made no decision yet about the Outer Isles." The other man said nothing, regarding Alec steadily. His eyes, Alec noted for the first time, were almost impossibly blue, almost sea-dark, and after a few seconds Alec began to feel uncomfortable. "There are different factors," he said after the silence had grown oppressive. "They are not always easy to weigh against each other." Still nothing from Sigma, and Casprin cleared his throat. "You have your answer, and now, what are the factors?" Sigma suddenly said, ignoring Casprin completely. Alec narrowed his eyes. "Many. Economic, religious, cultural. And they take time to—" "You do not wish to make a decision," Sigma said. "It's easier to wait." Alec felt his face growing hot. "You forget yourself, Sigma. It is not for me to explain myself to you, nor for you to question my decisions or how I make them. It is enough to say that the fate of the Outer Isles has not yet been determined." Casprin stepped forward. "Lord Alectan has spoken. Now you will determine it," Sigma said, calmly cutting off a stunned Casprin. "Now. Now you have gone so far beyond your station that your life is at risk," Casprin growled. "You will come with me. Now." And he put a hand on Sigma's shoulder. Just before he did so, in the bare second of time before his personal guard touched Sigma, Alec thought he saw the man's blue eyes narrow ever so slightly, flickering to his right. Then he was gone. A whoosh, and the sound of metal on cloth, and the face of Casprin staring mutely outwards, mouth open, hand outstretched. Those were the images Alec was able to register before Casprin fell forward onto his face and lay still. Sigma stood behind him, holding a naked katana stained red with blood. Alex stumbled backwards, eyes wide. "Guards! Guards, here!" he stammered, barely loud enough to be heard. But no one answered, and as he took a terrified glance over his shoulder, he saw the 2 guards in their dark red armor face down on the ground of the Garden of Peace, motionless in the brilliant sunshine. Even from here, he could see the slashes and rents on their bodies, more like they had been attacked by a saw blade than a man. Sigma took several purposeful steps forward, blade held in front of him. Alex staggered back until he was up against the railing. "Please," he began. "Please, please." "Your decision on the outer aisles," Sigma said. "What will it be?" It took a moment for Alex's reeling brain to catch up with the question. I don't know. What should it be?" He had not meant to ask this, but doing so felt strangely comforting. "Release them," the blue-eyed man said, voice and gaze steady. "Swear to release them from your empire. Let them determine their own destiny. Do not seek to conquer them again." "But," Alex stammered, "that's impossible. The interior will never permit it. There's no good reason—" "Find one," Sigma said, stepping closer, now only a few feet from Alec, whose hands were digging into the marble railing behind him. "Why? Why does this matter so much to you?" Alec managed. And then he saw the man's sea-dark eyes widen, and suddenly he understood. "Oh," he said more quietly. I see. I will do what I can." Sigma nodded. "Good. We will be waiting. I will be watching." He turned away, took a few steps, then stopped and turned back. "I will always be watching," he said, as calmly as if he were describing the weather. Then, with no warning, he charged directly at Alec. Alec screamed and held up his arms in terror, but there was no impact, no blade at his throat. Just silence. After a moment, Alec lowered his arms to see Casperin's body on the ground in front of him, and nothing else. Sigma was gone. As Alec turned to look at the garden, he saw the guards' bodies below, and something more. Arrayed on top of the bodies were 2 small piles of feathers, one black, one white. And as Lord Alec Tan stared at the feathers, for all his shock and terror, below the level of his fear he felt something else, something he had not felt for an age. Certainty. "At least now I know what to do," he thought. Was it? Well, I didn't get hurt. There you go, Nonstop.
People were killed.
Well, one person was.
One?
Well, a couple of them. So there you go. There you go, Nonstop. I hope you liked that. I hope that matched muster or passed muster. So yeah, there you go. That was kind of fun. I was trying to come up with something that was a little over the top in terms of like things happening. They're like, wait, how did that happen? And I wanted to make it a little more anime to sort of up the ante a bit. So that was the deal with that. So, but I hope you liked it. I will send a copy of this to you at some point after the cast Nonstop. And I did get it to you in June, so I'm perfectly legal and on border and stuff like that. So, what's that?
Rep the other thing you were doing after this.
What? Oh, the raid? We're going to do that right now. All right, guys. So it did sound like RPG anime. Good. That's what I was trying for. That's what I was aiming for. So, and it was kind of fun. It was fun. It was kind of fun playing Sigma off against Alec, who I have a little bit of sympathy for, but not that much because eventually, like, you know, man up, guy. And so, anyway. All right, that's going to be it for us. Now we're going to do this raid, as I said, and we are going to raid, again, the Arvanauts have landed, lowercase Twitch, uppercase raid. Don't do it until you hear my audio outro. We are going to go to GOG.com, where Vlad, one of my fellow GOG streamers, is right now streaming Thief 2. And I will fully admit that part of the reason I'm streaming this is because Vlad's a good guy. Part of it is because it's GOG, and part of it is because it's Thief, and Thief is awesome. So that's why we're going to go there. So go over there and give them a raid as soon as you hear my audio outro. But that's it for me. Love you all. You guys, the best viewers on Twitch. I will catch all of you guys. Next time that I speak to you will be on the West Side over in Seattle. So I will see you guys there. Until then, thanks everybody. Congratulations to Brahms, the new Arvisman. Thanks for participating in the Talisman tournament. And I'll catch all of you wonderful people soon. Support all the things. Support the Patreon and all that kind of good stuff. And I'll catch all you wonderful people soon. Until then, be good to each other. Have a good night.
when your aim was straight and true. Were your mind untroubled by the questions in the dark? Content to play your part, open pathways to your heart. Were your life untainted by a host of broken dreams? When all your acts were queens, understood all that it means? Could you have understood the way your life was bound? Did you ever wonder how you got from there to now? Oh, yes, you're gonna fly away from here, where the sky grows more clear, and your problems disappear, drift away down below. Watch them go down to your friends, where the trouble never ends, and there's always just one more day left to go. Go on and search now through your pile of broken lies, and your set of fake goodbyes, another cynical disguise. When will they catch you? All those little things you said, will it turn around instead? Blame the voices in your head. With all your subtle language, try and turn your life around. If your center gets unwound, you do your best to slow things down. And if you feel things that you never felt before, things that shook you to your core, a shattered truth you can ignore. Oh, yes, you're gonna fly away from here, where the sky grows more clear, and your problems disappear, drift away down below. Watch them go down to your friends, where the trouble never ends, and there's always just one more day left to go. And when you've struggled and you keep on falling back, 'cause it's confidence you lack, you try and take a different tack. You can turn and face your demons, or you can give yourself a break. You can go a new direction, life is only what you make. When it comes to your own vision, when you got to